Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roll Hit Die presents our Sunday evening game of Dungeons with Veterans. I, of course, am Dan Latham, your dungeon master for this game, and of course, the crazy mind that comes up with everything that's going on in this particular campaign. So, if it's screwed up, now you know where it came from. Let's see. Roll 20, of course, is what we play our maps and our minis on. I don't use sound effects all that often, but if I'm not making them myself, which they suck, I try to use Sirenscape. Also, we have GUI rewards and GUI items that are given throughout the game, or can be given throughout the game, and those are brought to you through a company that we do on Friday nights called GUI Cube. Right now, our setup for tonight, as far as points are concerned, is our usual: the advantage, the disadvantage, GUI reward, GUI item, random DMG, and of course the last one says unlock an emote. But if you, it's up to you if you want to unlock an emote. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get some introductions. I would like to point out that the artwork that you saw at the very beginning of our stream, the dragon with the dice and our new banner, was done by Fallon Madison, who is my granddaughter and also plays Smedley on our Friday evening game. So, if you like that, give her a shout out in chat. So, starting below me, I believe that'll be Serge.
Well, my name is Curtis Ross. Tonight I am playing Surge, the Wild Hunt Shifter Circle of the Moon Druid. Getting ready to find out what's to come next after finding this interesting little halfling and facing off this undead white dragon.
All right, following you, I believe is Sergeant Rock, currently on our screen of faces.
Hi there. I'm Fritz Neufeld, retired reservist, and I'm playing Sergeant Rock, who is a World War II soldier who has found himself unexpectedly in this land, which might only be a time shift, not so much a planet shift.
Following Sergeant Rock is the name that I've apparently butchered several times on the last session, Belfie.
Hi, my name's Tara. I am playing Belfie. I am a halfling rogue who just woke up and has really no idea what's going on at this point.
Following her is the gentleman who is currently showcasing the artwork from Fallon.
Hello, I am Marcus Scott. I will be playing Brother May I, the friendly, lovable cleric warlock of the group.
Friendly, lovable. Okay.
Do I need to roll a deception check on that?
No, you failed it.
Anywho, that would be below me is Corporal Punishment.
My name is Christy. I play Corporal Punishment, the Tiefling Paladin, and her alicorn Fred. I am former U.S. Army Reserve and U.S. Navy. And below me is Dux.
Hello, Todd Meekum. I play Dux, the monk, barbarian, rogue, and the furball that usually throws himself into the fray and sees what happens afterward.
The group's 10-foot pole. All right.
Every group has to have one.
Well, usually it's an actual 10-foot pole, or somebody who wants to check for traps, the traditional, by using their eyes, not their body.
We have a 2-foot pole.
He might be a little...
If you roll fast enough,
That's
you
2.5.
can set it off without it affecting you, right? That's a thing, right?
Maybe.
Well, my dexterity is good enough. I usually dodge any damage, so it's all good.
All right, so which one of you lovely players would like to give us a recap of what happened last session?
I took notes.
Go for it.
Okay, so last week we had most everybody starting inside the cave when an ancient white undead dragon appeared and chased me and Fred further into the cave while I was trying to warn everybody what was coming. There were bodies of elves and dwarves wearing purple and black armor, and some wearing army uniforms, but not the same uniform that Sergeant Rock wears. A halfling rogue in black and purple armor appeared, but did not seem to want to fight us. And then a demon and some kind of snake lady appeared in the hallway. And Brother May I was very convincing in getting them to help us fight the dragon.
That was a miracle.
That was a miracle. Instead of fighting us. The demon died fighting the dragon, and the snake lady went poof after the fight was over. And now we have to figure out what to do next.
So, go ahead and pick your card. Well, actually, you need to roll because this is the different setup. So, go ahead and give me a d20 roll.
Don't worry, Dan. It's not big counting numbers. It's only a 7.
Mm-hmm. You have the temporary hit point card.
Hooray. Need them.
2d8 plus 1 hit point per level.
A lot of hit points.
Alright, so you have failed the dragon, or whatever it was. And you are now dealing with the adrenaline rush of the fight coming down from it. What are y'all doing?
So I am crouched really low, like just looking at these people who are beings that I just woke up to, and I'm just gonna say like, all right now, everybody, let's just calm down for just a moment and decide what's really happening here. And these bodies, look, who are you?
She hears a voice in her head say, "Death comes for you on swift wings."
I really wish you'd stop doing that.
Stop what?
You don't hear the voice.
No.
Low and grumbly.
No.
What happened to that little thing that showed up in black and purple? Now that the dragon's dead, we gotta kill that one.
Well, we just got here and, being chased by said dragon. And we ran into you. What are you doing here? And why are you dressed like that? Most of the others that are dressed like that are dead long
I did
time
not
ago.
make these clothes. These are not mine.
Guys, I mean, I thought you showed up as a set. A Glabrezu, a Merilith, and a Hobbit.
A hobbit.
A what?
What's a hobbit?
Halfling?
No idea.
No, listen, here's the thing. I was taken from my home, and I don't want to dwell on what happened. And I'm slowly starting to try and compose myself and present myself a little better. I didn't want to think about what happened. Suffice to say, they captured me on a very auspicious day. At least it was, before they took me. They did tests, and then they put me to sleep, basically. I woke up. Now, I can't identify the people here because they are slightly, and I touch one with my toe, decomposed a bit, yeah? So
And the head just kind of rolls away.
that could be the one. That could be the very one that put me in the tube. I don't know. But what I do know is that I have some of my things back, and I would very much like to get home and see my family.
So
Are
who's
you one of the
that?
kids that got kidnapped? There's a bunch of kids we're looking for.
No, I think she's a halfling, not a kid.
I might be short, but I assure you I am full grown, thank you.
Oh yeah, she looks just like someone from back home.
And where are you from?
Bear in her blood.
I'm just saying you're short, like the rest of us.
And this big
And I go
fur
back.
I
covered.
like to think
This
I'm
big-
the right height
Yeah.
and everybody else is a little overgrown.
The-
but
So I
okay.
drop my bear form and I turn back into a halfling.
There you go.
Makes a lot more sense now.
I'm pulling out my book and I'm going through it. How old are you? You said you were stuck in a tube.
Yes. I have that information somewhere. It's been a while.
And were they, I'm going to point to a body, were they alive when they were testing on you, you said?
I know my age. I was 100. Yeah, I just turned 100. Not, gosh, it could have been a few weeks at this point since I was put to sleep.
Well, I got bad news and worse news.
Do I have to pick one of the two?
No, because I'm going to tell you either way.
Fun.
What happened here was a very long time ago, so I don't know how you were managed.
What, like a
to-
year? 2?
No, maybe 1,000.
I'm sorry, what?
So yeah, from
No, that can't be right.
what we've been able to gather, because I'm part of a group of people called the Keepers, and there's this great calamity around over 1,000 years ago, really, and the world just kind of fell into darkness, and there was like 1,000 years where we have no idea what happened, and
Against the wall and just slowly sit down to the ground and just think.
yeah, and it's been well over that. It's because there's 1,000 years of darkness, and then it's like what 300 years later.
Something like that, yeah.
What was the last
Yes.
thing that you remember?
So it's like 1,300 years ago plus, at least.
What was
So
the last thing that you
whatever they did
remember?
to you managed to keep you.
I remember needles. I remember
Mutants?
them taking my blood and seeing what I was able to do.
What was the last thing you remember of the world, hon?
My naming day. The regular world.
You remember the drink, the party. Halflings love partying, especially on naming day. So
I remember most of it anyway. I remember getting my ring, and I look at my hands, and I don't say anything else. I dart back towards that room.
all right.
All right. Worst news is she's probably all alone and all of her family's dead.
I will follow.
Grace.
Probably shouldn't let her run off on her own.
I don't trust her yet.
She disappears as she runs down the hall.
I'm gonna keep up.
Yeah, I'm trying to go in that room carefully because, yeah, we kill whatever, but I don't know if anything else is in there. So I'm trying to. I rolled a stealth of 22.
All right, noted. Of course, Brother May I sees you.
That's fine. They're not who I'm trying to
And
hide from.
I should have rolled that
Brother, may
advantage
I?
because I'm still shifted because this is all still
With that
happening while I
perception,
was.
you smell a very strong coppery type smell. Well, pretty much you can smell lots and lots of blood.
Okay.
So am I able to get to the area where I was with the storage beside the tube, or am I going to run into?
This is a wall.
Well, I mean-
still, it just got removed. This
Oh,
is the
okay.
door down here.
Oh.
Yeah, this got removed the other week.
So you get to the
I'm just
door.
trying
You're
to
just
keep
going to go
up and-
straight through the door.
I'm not going through it. I'm going to stop at the corner and peek
All
around
right,
it.
you stop at the corner and peek
I'll
around
go
it.
through
All right. And Brother May I runs right on in there. Brother May I, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Dex.
Now, Sergeant Rock, you found searching the body and in one of the scales, like jammed in the scale, you find that ring I just said. All right. So
Birdie.
as you run through the doorway, you lose
Yeah.
footing because you slip on this blackish blood, and you slide about 10 feet into the room until you come to this. Only could be described as a metal tube with a glass, and when you look up inside, the frame looks like it's frozen. Around the outside edge, you can see where the frost is kind of filled in, but vaguely inside, you can see what looks like a rat person.
Okay. But none of these setups look like anything my kid was in.
Well, I mean,
Right.
it does resemble some of the. I'd hate to use the word technology, but the tubes and all that stuff that it was running through your son. You can see them running into this device, and some are running into some of the guy's body in front of you. Some of the other tubes, though, as you look around, are broken open, and you see a dead minotaur. Actually, the minotaur's not dead. He's turned to stone. You see a what I guess would be the remains of a beholder nearby. And pretty much it's just there's different creatures that there's been a fight in here. You can see evidence that spells had gone off while they were in here. The beholder looks like he was diced, I guess is the best way to put it.
I can assume these are the victims from the demon and snake.
Well,
Earlier.
the beholder looks like it may have been in the snake that may have caused the damage to it, because you've seen the way she was fighting. The demon, on the other hand, came out before all this went up, because the demon noticed something a little going out of a door.
Okay.
But you can see that some of these fights, look, you can see blood on weapons of other creatures, containers tipped over. You find two of these tubes that are not broken. One, like I said, looks like a little mouse type person inside it with all their equipment. The funny thing is, unlike the other ones, this one has all his equipment on him, as if somebody put him in there for whatever reason. You also find a Luxodon that is still cryogenically frozen, I guess is the best way to put this. But other than that, anything else has either been broken out or was killed while it was still in the tube.
Okay. I'm just mainly looking to see if there's any resemblance of what my kid was in, what regenerating bodies were going on.
Okay, you don't see any tubes with. You don't see any clone tubes, is what you're asking.
Yeah.
You don't see any of that here.
Okay.
You don't see any of the little fetuses in a container. It seems from the ones that are still active that what they did is they put them in here, froze them, and then for some reason, a bunch of them have thawed out, I guess is the best way to put it, and fought each other. And of course, Belfi hears this weird voice in her head saying, "Hello, Belle, how are you?"
Right. Which one of you is doing that?
Doing what?
You are muted, sir.
You're muted.
Me?
So I come up next to her and I see her standing outside the door, peeking in, and say, "Why are you waiting out here?"
Well, you see, when I left, a bunch of big things followed. So I'm trying to just make sure that there's no other things waiting.
Well, come on now. I go into the room and start looking around.
I mean,
It's clear, you guys.
You find dead lizard people. Like I said, the Minotaur's been turned to stone. And the beholder is one of the biggest beholders you've ever seen. But of course, he's been...
The mechanical beholder, like the one I fought
this
before?
one is an actual...
Is it a real
a
one?
living beholder before it was all diced and, turned into Julian
good.
Fry.
So it's diced up. That's fine.
A bloated bowl.
Can I take its eyeballs?
Spare the dying.
Deuces.
Too late for that.
It's a little late.
Okay, bye.
Let's see what else. Creatures. There was you find there's some dead elves, a dead dwarf, I believe you find in there. Yeah, your basic races, as well as a few demonic ones.
So as I'm walking around, I'm looking at things on ground, equipment, whatever, seeing if there's anything worth value.
All right, go and give me an investigation.
Where's that other one that was with us?
Which one?
Or with you? One with the tall...
Am I able to get anything off the dragon with a 13?
No, the only thing you guys found on the
probably back
dragon
at the
itself
dragon.
was a ring that I popped in a chat and actually mentioned a minute ago.
Okay, so I wasn't able to get an eyeball or scales or anything.
You were trying to...
She was
I was,
harvesting body
I was
parts.
just trying to harvest body parts
That
for
would
my
be a
alchemy
survival
set.
check, so give me a survival check.
Been dead a long time. Would it have any eyes left, or would it just be a husk?
Of the
Mainly.
They're dried out
Or the
eyes. I mean,
dragon.
they're not. I mean, it's been dead, so.
Even dusty eyeballs can be used in alchemy, I guess.
Good.
Yeah, you do also see a body missing a head and a hand.
Me?
No, you get the guys who are in the tube room.
Yeah, you.
Does he have a name tag that says, "Hello, my name is Vecna"?
Nope. No, sure doesn't.
It's right here. No.
15. What exactly are you trying to get? Eyes are of no use. The moment you start to try to dig them out, they literally turn to dust.
Okay, I was also trying to get some scales and talons.
All right. Well, okay, let's see. You could probably get. Seeing how it's like mostly rotting corpse. Well, that's a real fucking low roll.
I mean, talons are like fingernails,
Yeah.
right? They should.
They're just
I
about
was checking
yay
scrolls.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scimitars
Yeah, you
for
can
fingernails.
find a couple of, we'll say 2 talons about the size of a scimitar. Let's see. We'll say you could probably get about a yard's worth of scaling that's not rotted or doesn't have the putrid smell coming off of it as badly as the rest of the dragon is.
Okay, that'll work.
All right, so you detect class.
Yeah, okay. Take
Yeah,
that.
that thing. All right, let's see.
Rock sees you cast it and says, "Yeah, you might want to take a look at this thing too." He tosses you a ring. It's bejeweled. Says, "Well, pretty for use in uniform."
And as he tosses a ring to you, it doesn't glow, but you do catch the glow of 6 other items in this room.
Okay, I'll go around collecting what items I can
Okay.
that aren't in glass.
Oh no, they're all over the place because the glass from each one of these tubes has been knocked over either during the fight or because something was trying to get their equipment, like your halfling friend here did.
But did you say one of them was still in his glass, frozen still?
2 of them are, yeah.
We're not going to disturb them just yet.
And you do
Anything from
see
them?
one magic item, I believe it's in there. I can't remember exactly what I gave him for equipment, but you do see something glowing in that tube. Oh, and you'll notice that all these glass boxes are about an inch thick glass.
Right.
Like
I
the
open
same
mine by
unbreakable
just
kind we
pushing
found in
off
the
the
last
net.
place?
Actually, it is. It's not unbreakable. It's hard to break.
No, I'm calling it unbreakable because I had to work so hard to break it last time.
All right, so
Right. So I'm going to dash over to where I was and frantically look in the wreckage of the box. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I just didn't see it. Maybe it's still here. And I'm just looking through.
all right, give me an investigation.
What are you looking for over there?
I had a
And
ring.
I'll guide
I had
you
a ring
and
and
assist you in your looking.
It's very important to me. And
It's a ring that you lost on your naming day?
I got it on my naming day.
Roll a d4 and add it.
I mean, yeah, you roll that d4. 6 might help.
All right.
It'll be a 3.
A 1.
Yes.
Yep, you rolled 3.
I'm
Did
having
you
a very
roll with
bad day.
disadvantage or advantage?
I was helping her. So it's the 2.
Well,
But you could re-roll the 1 because you have halfling left.
you actually,
True.
Oh, really? That's right.
well, I mean that would.
True.
No, I can't.
Wait a minute. She couldn't have re-rolled that because she rolled a 2.
It went from a 2 to a
didn't count.
1.
It didn't change.
Yeah,
And
well, no, it went
no
from a
advantage.
2 to a 1.
No, it was a 2.
It's not a natural 1.
No, it wasn't a natural 1.
It's a 1.
Oh yeah.
She's got a plus 1.
Oh,
That's
yeah, yeah.
So what you did was
Yeah,
you
so
rolled the
you see that
exact
and you
same
automatically
number
think.
again.
Yep.
All right, so
Any of the 6 items I picked up look like a ring.
well, if you give me a moment, I've been trying to figure out what those were. These are kind of on the fly deals.
Oops.
How are you looking right now? May I?
With his eyes, I'm thinking.
On a scale of 1 to whatever.
I'm pretty beat up.
I'm about 25% functional.
Oh,
Okay.
thinking single digits, but you're fine.
I will
Potion.
send a healing spirit over to you, may I?
Okay.
And give me a second to roll that. It's going to be.
Spell slot used.
Okay, so you find a staff. Let's see. So just give me a description of it. It looks like a snake-headed staff that you find.
May I? That's to you.
You also find some boots, which we won't do that because you've already found those.
And
Oh, 35.
yeah, that's over the course of 6 rounds. You'll get that many points, and then you're looking pretty beat up too, Ducks.
I'm at about 50% capability. You might want to check out Rock first. My 50% is a lot better than his.
How are you, Rock?
Rock's at 98%.
Okay, how are you, Belfie?
What? I'm fine. I'm fine.
She's distraught.
Yeah, I'm like
not
not.
hurt,
I'm.
she's
I'm.
just
I
distraught.
see what you're doing, but I don't. I assume that I'm not a part of this. Like in my head, you guys are questioning me. I'm looking for a thing.
That's to you, Ducks, over 6 turns. I'm saving some slots for later. Actually, I'm gonna. I'm gonna walk up to you, Belfie, and I'm gonna hand you 10 berries. These will help if you get hungry. And if you choose to eat them, that's gonna be 10 points of healing.
Weird. I remember these. Thank you.
So that's gonna keep you from being hungry since you just woke up out of cryo.
Yeah, I
You
totally just.
remember those because you had an uncle that loved to make hooch out of good berries.
What? It's the best way to drink it. You actually don't get as hungover because it helps while you're drinking.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm gonna eat all 10 of them right now. Just
So that'll be 10 points to you.
like a child with a handful of cereal.
And before this wears off, mind if I take a look at you and make sure you're medically sound?
That's probably not a bad idea considering
Okay.
what they did to me.
So,
Better not sit like that.
brother,
Alright,
may
let me
I?
roll
Never
this
not
way.
your back.
Brother, may I?
yes.
You ought to have some dignity.
So you're looking around,
Uh-huh.
and like I said, you see 6 different items that are glowing. One of those elves wearing some slippers, and they're glowing. And you recognize this elf as a dark elf.
Okay.
You also find a wooden staff, a staff that looks like it's got a serpent's head on it. There's a bottle laying off to the side somewhere, just kind of rolling around in circles. That's
Okay.
glowing. Do either of you guys have a war mage? A wand of the war mage?
Don't think so,
Thought
not in this
somebody did in
campaign.
one of the. Probably in the other.
I have the pact of the rod.
Rod.
The rod of the pact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you find. Well, it'd be nice if I went down there and actually give you the description of what it looked like. Huh.
So, snakehead staff, slippers, bottle, wand.
All right. So hold on a minute.
I mean, do the rest of us see this bottle just rolling around on its own?
Well, I mean, it's as if somebody had kicked it or dropped it during a fight a minute ago, and it's just this. It's not doing it on its own. It's just slowly finishing up whatever role it was in the process of doing.
Okay.
Trying to find what this looks like for you. Doesn't tell me what it looks like. So this one is thought it would actually give me a description of it, but I guess not.
If it's in one of the books, there might be a photo.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, because there's photos of all these others, but not that one. All right, so you find that. You also find a shield. So
Okay.
let me... ST. All right, let's see. Okay. So yeah, the one you found, the staff-wise, it looks like a dark oak wood type staff that comes up and almost like with a serpent's head, open mouth, and the fangs protruding.
Okay.
The shield that you find. Okay, the slippers that you find on that dark elf look like they have a spiderweb pattern on the top of them.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
It's funny, I'm coming across the other items, pictures, actual pictures of them. As I bring that up, let's see. There it is. This shield is a pretty decent size, and it has what looks like an eye emblazoned in the middle of it. And you also find a little bitty bag.
And you said there's one more that's inside a tube.
Next to the Luxodon, inside the box or whatever next to the Luxodon is something glowing.
Inside the box?
Yes, inside the box next to the Luxodon.
Okay, I'll take my mace and smash the box
Okay.
and pull out what's glowing.
Well, why don't you give me a swing?
Is there a ledge to get a crowbar in there to pry instead? I got a crowbar. And we got a big beefy werebear, if we can cram
I'm
it
just
in there.
trying to collect all the magical stuff so I can identify it and pass it out to wherever.
Yeah, I
So
was
if
just
you want to get that out,
checking to make sure if there's a place to jam it in.
I do. Is there a place to jam it in?
Jam a crowbar to pry it open.
Okay, so disregard that.
Okay.
In that thing you see what looks like a double-bladed scimitar, a shield, and a spear. There are no actual magic items in there.
Okay.
I thought I gave you
So-
some, but that's my mistake.
I can't remember.
Well, it was rather low in
And
the
then,
campaign, so maybe it was just a matter of nobody had any yet.
And that ring that Sarge gave me
Non-magical.
isn't glowing.
It's not glowing at all.
Okay. I'll hold that up over to Belfie. Is this what you're looking for?
I stand up, I rush over, and I look at it, and
Nope, it's really a very fine ring. With your proclivities, you would realize that this might fetch a pretty good price, but it's not the ring you're looking for.
I mean, thank you.
Where'd you find that ring?
This is really, I'm going to put it on, quite fetching, and it well, it does make me feel better. Very, I mean, hello, it's beautiful.
I got a passive 20.
This
so-
is not. I was not going to. You slow down there.
I'm just saying.
I don't believe this is my family ring, but it does go a long way in making me feel better.
I did a medicine check on her while he was looking at stuff. I rolled a 20 for the check on her after getting out of cryo and everything.
Okay.
Not that I really would know who to fence it through if it's really 1,300 years, you say?
Give or take a few.
Well, on the bright side, you look pretty good for your age.
Well, that is something, I suppose.
At least.
I'm going to sit down and start ritual casting Identify for each of these items. So that's going to take about an hour.
All right,
10
so
minutes for each
that'll
item.
be a short rest for everybody else, unless you want to continue to explore.
I wouldn't mind a short rest real quick.
Right.
Short rest. Great.
Well, you know, I'm sure the warlocks would love
I
a short
remember
rest.
them too.
All right, so you lay out your implements and you start to do your casting of these items. The first one is called the Staff of the Adder.
Staff of the Adder.
Is it the staff of Black Adder? Because that would be
I think that would go great with Belfi here.
that would be super funny.
Well, I mean, it's. I
Yeah.
don't think.
And that would
that's-
make this the bag of Baldric, right?
What was that?
That would make the bag of Baldric
Oh no.
goes with the Black Adder staff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming the slippers are of spider climbing.
Very good. Yes, they are.
Really
The wand
cool.
is Wand of a War Mage.
Yep.
+1 or
Oh yeah, it's +1. Actually, you know what? Let's see. At this level, let's make it a +2.
+2. Shield with eye.
Sentinel shield.
Very good. Yes, it is.
I've had one before on another character.
Is that just a +2, like a normal shield with +2
Let's
bonus,
see,
or
while
is
holding
that
the shield, you have
plus-
advantage on initiative rolls and wisdom checks. The shield is emblazoned with a symbol of an eye. We're going to say the shield is also a +2.
Oh, it's +2?
Yep.
So normally a Sentinel shield doesn't have bonus, but that's
Oh
better.
no, you're right. I'm sorry. That's the red string up underneath it. I thought it was to give me. That is an actual +1, +2, or +3 shield. It wasn't in blue like all the other named items are in blue, so I
Mhm.
was like, oh, so that's my bad. No, it's just a Sentinel shield. Gives you advantage on initiative rolls as well as perception.
Okay. And the bag in the bottle.
All right, the bottle. Your identify brings that up to be a ever smoking bottle.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What?
An ever smoking bottle.
Okay, I didn't miss it. Got it.
It's the bong.
You pop the top off and it'll continue to spew smoke out of it.
And you got this.
Now, do you traditionally hold your breath for a few seconds or no?
And the last
Try
item
to hold your
you
breath and let
find
it come out your nose slowly.
is called a bag of tricks.
You know, as halflings, we would probably know that.
Yes, we would.
I mean,
Bag of tricks are
might
fun.
try.
Is it a rusty or what kind of bag of trick is it?
Let's see.
What color is it?
Yeah, there's 3 different
All
colors.
right, so we'll figure that
The
out.
soldier is interested in the smoke grenade. They have many applications.
I'm interested in the bag of tricks.
Rust color.
A smoke grenade? What is he talking about?
He doesn't make a lot of sense, but he does.
What's a grenade?
Alright.
I don't know exactly. He says a lot of weird things. He's very weird, and it's a long story.
Well, I just assume that I've missed a lot, evidently, if you're not trying to pull one over
Centric.
for me.
I assume all these are attuned items.
For the most part.
Sentinel Shield is not an attune item.
Neither is the bag,
Bag
of
of
tricks.
Tricks, Bottle of Ever Smoking, I
Wait a
doubt.
But the Staff of Adder,
The staff and the slippers
Yeah,
and
only
the
the
wand
wand
are
of the witch
always
and the-
attuned items.
okay.
You're cutting in and
I
out. Are you trying to
will-
say something, Rock? Fred?
Yeah, he
looks like
froze
he's
up right
frozen
now.
up.
Well, not only does he speak gibberish of things like grenades, but he just freezes. That's very weird afflictions.
He's narcoleptic, I think.
I'll raise the Staff of the Adder up. Here we have the Staff of the Adder. Requires attunement by either a cleric, druid, or warlock. You can use bonus actions, speak the staff's command word, and make the head of the staff become an animated poisonous snake for 1 minute. By using another bonus action, command word gone, staff returns. You can make a melee attack with reach, has a 5-foot reach. Your bonus proficiency applies to the attack roll. On a hit, the target takes 1d6 piercing damage and must succeed a DC 15 con saving throw or take 3d6 poisoning.
All right, cameras will reset in a second once Fred gets back into the Zoom.
Does anybody have interest in this?
The staff? No, not for me. So it looks like that'd be between you and Rock
Yeah, I
for the
can't use
staff.
it.
Oh, these
Go,
lovely
Chappelle. Go.
slippers are slippers of spider climbing. You may have seen me use this spell before.
Yeah.
Allows you to
I think somebody wants it. Hmm? I don't need it
raising a
'cause-
paddle into the air that has a number on it.
One
So-
spider slippy. No.
who wants these?
I'll take those off your hands. You can cast
Ah.
this spell. You don't need these.
They do require attunement, so make sure you're not attuned to too many things.
That wand of the War Mage looks awful intriguing. Let me
Can
check.
you use it?
Any spellcaster, and I could,
Roddy?
but
I already
I'm
got a bonus
checking.
to my spells DC, so
That's why I'm checking. I'm checking my attuned items as well. How many items do you have room for? Or are you full up?
me,
Yeah.
I've got one slot because I
Okay.
gave my necklace to the plant.
I would say that you should probably take the wand since you cast spells more, and I already have a little bit of a bonus to mine, so I don't need it necessarily.
No blast.
All right.
So yeah, you or Rock should take it actually. If it works with Eldritch Blast, that'd be really useful.
Well, I've already got the Rod of the Pack Keeper works with Eldritch Blast.
Okay. So,
Yes. Okay. Shield of the Sentinel. Corporal, would you like this?
Um,
Anyway,
I
it's
don't.
good.
I don't know that I
Advantage?
can use it.
You're a paladin. Paladins can use shields.
Paladin can definitely use it.
Oh,
It gives
okay.
you advantage on your initiatives.
And
Advantage
on your
on this
and your perception checks. So
Yep.
your glasses can go with your shield.
Okay, I'll take it.
Make sure y'all put
Alright.
your attunement items down to the 3 that you're allowed.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not an is the shield
I think
attunement?
well,
No.
I don't know.
the
I
shield
doesn't
posted
require
it,
attunement.
so
but you cannot use two-handed weapons with a shield.
Right, that's what I was looking at. What I have.
yeah, it's armor,
I
shield,
think I only
uncommon.
have one two-handed
So you have
weapon.
your mace.
Great sword, glaive. You
Crossbow.
can't use those. Crossbow. Well, it's a hand crossbow, I think. So.
Well, I
you
have a
can-
one-handed crossbow.
But you also still have your mace too, though, because you could use your mace with the shield.
Yeah. So you have the weapon. You have your flail or mace,
Flail,
or
not
whatever it
mace.
is.
Flail.
That could be used with it.
And
Yeah.
here's the bottle.
I have a bottle and a bag of tricks. Bag
Rock
of
wants
trick-
the bottle.
You want the bottle? Damn
Yeah.
alcoholic.
It's-
I'll roll him the bottle, not toss it so I can break it.
yeah, he said he wanted the smoke grenade.
And then the bag of tricks. Anybody interested in that?
I'll take it. And maybe I can get myself a mastiff to ride.
How long does that last?
Just a day, 24
Oh.
hours.
Okay.
But you can pull out 3 animals.
Yeah, you can pull up to 3 animals out, and then they last for a day.
Does the bag recharge, or once it's done, it's done?
Every day it recharges at
Yeah,
dawn.
can't be used until the
Oh,
next
okay.
dawn.
Cool. Cool.
Granted,
So I'll take
they're
it.
in sections, but they're up here.
I was just going through everything I had written down.
So, Sarge, did you want this staff of adder?
No. No.
The Staff of Adder is nice, but I don't need it. My staff's better. So
I reach my hand in the bag and throw a fuzzy ball
All right.
at Surge.
Okay. Well, you throw an owl at Surge.
So it turns into an owl as it's flying towards
Uh-huh.
him. Awesome.
You
Okay,
command it
then.
to poke
I
his
tell it
eyes.
to come and perch on my shoulder.
It's half the size you are.
It's pretty close, and it has a Tootsie Pop.
1, 2,
One.
3, 3.
I'll shove the staff of the adder in my haversack.
Alrighty.
yeah, really the only thing there, and I would have wanted would be the shield, but my shield is a little more protective.
Well, is the Sentinel shield made of metal though?
Wood or metal.
Oh,
Is,
okay.
Really. Yeah, I think all that'd do is it'd give me a stupid high passive perception, even higher than it already is. I think it'd make it a 25 passive.
Well, it doesn't increase your perception; it just gives you advantage on perception.
Which increases your passive.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Yep, since you have advantage on it, but like I had it on another character, and I think I went up by 5, so I think walking around with a 25 passive would be pretty ridiculous.
Now, does the War Mage stack with the armor I already have?
You have mage plate.
What do you mean?
Yeah, the armor I have adds to my spell attack.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I was just wondering if the one could still stack with that as well.
It's a different slot technically, so it'll stack.
Okay.
It's a goat.
Really? You're throwing a goat out?
Goat's my goat.
I don't know. It doesn't
Yeah,
say.
but-
Yeah, it is. It's
It
a
does.
giant goat. Okay.
It does. Oh.
It's a,
Okay.
so have you seen the video? There's a
Wait.
video on Facebook that somebody's actually shown one of those.
There's
So.
room for 2.
Yeah, come on up.
So yeah, now you have a giant goat mount.
That doesn't seem to be much for me here anymore. So, or ever, if you consider that.
So, we're gonna crack open these last popsicles, right?
I don't know why we should. We should probably leave them alone. And all my
Should
Think
we
of-
wake them up so that they can be freed from their imprisonment?
yeah. We do. At least
Do we
I
have
think
an
that
idea on how
strategy's a
to?
Big deal to
Give
wake up.
me give me an investigation, Ducks. And you have a good insight, right?
Yeah.
we both have ridiculous
give me,
insights.
give me.
I'll
Never mind.
Guidance right as he gets started on it.
Oh, guidance! Yay!
yeah, my passive is
Yay!
20/20 for insight and perception.
Yeah, my
So-
passive for perception's 21.
Oh, well, they'll just leave
What's
it
your
there.
Passive
insight?
for insight is 17.
Perception is fine. You'll notice with that, and with the combination of the two skills that you have, you'll see a couple of containers look like somebody had opened them, forced them open, not busted the glass out at them, and the body apparently did not survive the door being forcibly opened.
I start pushing buttons.
I
'Cause the
think
other
we
place
should,
we went to, when you push
From the
buttons,
top
stuff
to go.
happens.
We should
maybe-
leave this to Rock, since he
Yeah,
can
Oh, yeah.
probably read
He can
this.
read it, huh?
yeah. I'll try to read the panel.
Be careful. They were very mean creatures.
I start looking for stuff to feed to the goat.
I'm looking at Rock as he's going to do this, and I kind of like instinctually step back some, like
As you step back, you
I'm-
kind of bump into Brother May I.
I'm going to wait until the end of the long rest before I start playing with these things.
friendly. Huh?
And that way, at the end of the long rest, I will use Inspiring Leader to give everybody 17 temporary hit points.
What's our inspiring speech for today there, Sergeant Rock?
Oh, right. Today's lesson, since I'm going to be opening things too, is how to correctly open the cans in a pack of sea rats and then prepare the meals within. the fabulous banquets that lie within the Sea Rat.
Told you he
um,
doesn't make sense.
What is he all right?
Just ignore it.
And of course, you guys know what a Sea Rat is because you can
A sea rat
see
is
a
that like a
micro version
pirate?
of a Sea Rat that I present to you.
I
These are
point to the mouse in the tube. Is that a sea rat?
That's a really crappy Sea Rat, probably something from one of those foreign countries like Russians.
What's it? Where is Russian? What is that?
It's a great question. And while he was doing all of his speech, I was just, as normal, no fucking clue what Rock's saying.
But it's still
And-
inspirational. And
Yeah, you
everybody
still
gets this.
feel inspired by it, even though you're confused by it.
I'm just polishing my
What is
horns at this
that?
point.
All right.
and ritual cast while he was doing that, water breathing. So, top everyone up. Just because.
All right, so
Never know
Sergeant
if you
Rock,
need it.
give me what the hell should I have you give me for this? Give me a history. Give me a history roll.
Guidance.
Yes. I'll guide you. He'll guide you. You could guide yourself, or Seymour could guide you.
Now,
We're
let's
gonna
see
want
what
to
we-
guide you.
And then-
Duh.
but all we're doing is negating the penalty.
I mean,
What you need is some halfling luck right now.
No.
Yeah.
So you're looking at
I
you're
lent
looking
him
at this
my
panel.
halfling luck.
Now, mind you, everybody here can see the little beep 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 beep.
so it's the same as the heart monitor
So there's
from
a monitor
the bunker.
on it. Now, granted, the monitor on the other one doesn't seem to be connected because the little rat's not actually got tubes plugged into him. He's just in there and it's frozen.
But this one, yeah, the mysterious TV show. I'm like, yeah, Sergeant Snafu never had a little TV like this. I don't know what this is.
And
Right,
the
but I
control
do
pad in
know-
front of you, it's got. You recognize the numbers. It's a keyboard, from those computer things
Yeah,
that
we've
they
seen
were
those.
trying to create back in the day that took up like a full warehouse. But exactly what you need to type in to do to open this up, you have no idea.
It's obvious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hit the star.
Try
Pass-
8008
Passcode is incorrect.
Right, 80085.
I type in 5, 3, 1, 8008.
Passcode is incorrect.
Damn.
I'm gonna go
But I
over and I'm
looked
going to
upside
look
down.
at it and use my thieves tools to see if I can figure out how it works and what its passcode is.
I'll give him guidance for
Go
that.
ahead.
Yeah.
You're trying to open it.
So you stick your thieves'
Um,
tools into this keyboard and you get a good shock.
I didn't put them into the keyboard. I'm trying to open it up. I'm just like
Yeah.
jamming them in there.
No, that's the zap.
It's an
I got a 19.
it's an electronic lock. You can't find a keyhole.
There's no face or anything to pry off.
Yeah, and you stick your thieves' tool into it and you get a little bit of a shock.
Would I have remembered seeing the?
It's behind a
key
key
codes?
panel. It's how you open the
Oh.
lock. Hence why I was saying into the keyboard.
So would this little card thing that we used before help?
You guys,
The ID card I
Passcode
had
from the
before
previous
that
one,
opened
Oh,
the
the one
electric.
from the
with
other
all
building?
access key.
Yeah.
well, you want to try to slide it or whatever?
Yeah, I want to try to slide it and see if it'll do anything.
Okay. You slide it and the little light turns red and goes access denied.
Right.
I'm
Let's
gonna
do a
see if I
search.
can find the head in this building from the other guy.
Would I have remembered seeing them punching any key codes while I was being held captive?
You've seen them swipe a card against a flat panel on the side of a wall to open things up.
I think we need to look for another card, one from one of the people
You
here.
did see some that would put their eye up against the wall when they were moving you around, or they'd stick their thumb into like a spot on the wall and doors would open.
I'm assuming they're way too gone for that to work. So,
Hey, wasn't that one thing missing some body parts?
Yeah, I was gonna go look for his head if it was anywhere in here.
the hand missing.
Nope, not in here.
Rock's going to look underneath the counter to see if somebody might have written it on a piece of paper and then tucked it away underneath.
You know what? That might have happened.
You don't find a counter.
It didn't seem very bright. They kept making me do the same backflips over and over again.
Backflips like how?
Well, they were trying to. They said they had to see what this little shit could actually do. I think were the words used.
Well, actually, you couldn't understand their words.
Fair point, well made.
Because they
Yeah,
weren't
so-
speaking common. Mind you, though, they were speaking the same language that control pad just spoke that you couldn't understand.
Okay. All right.
So when I say the actual words, Sergeant Rock's the one that understands it.
I want to use my telepathy to reach out to the frozen guy. or
You
girl,
get
or
nothing.
Person.
Yeah, that's my investigation for the hallway, looking for another card.
Okay.
I'm out of practice. I can't do a backflip right now.
You do a backflip, but when you land, your foot hits a puddle of blood from one of the creatures, and you fall flat on your butt in the blood.
Okay, so basically, it's like that, but much better. Much better.
And as you're getting up, Sergeant Rock waves a hand in your direction and cleans the blood off.
Oh, well, you're nicer than the other ones, that's for sure.
Basically clean.
Yeah, I'm still standing there covered in black goo.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go over to the one where the guy is frozen and the monitor isn't working.
Yep.
And I'm gonna see if I can get it to open.
All right. And exactly how do you want to do that?
I think I'm gonna use force on this one because it doesn't have the little like bleepy
Yeah, it doesn't.
thingy thing. So I'm just gonna try to force it open.
So
So I'm gonna turn into werebear form so I'm
all
stronger.
right, and you're using crowbar or whatever
Yeah,
Guidance.
My crowbar if
I
you
get
want to.
advantage on my strength on the athletics.
Yep.
with the guidance, apparently. So
Not that it was
you
needed,
Didn't
but
need
you
it.
transform,
Didn't
you
need
grab the
help.
crowbar, and you slam it into the side and push. And as you do, the door just flies across the room. And as you do, you know, this big burst of cold air comes in your face, and
I think I'm a bear.
and of course, with the jostling of the
hibernate.
container as badly as you did and as strong as you did, the little rat-looking creature falls to the floor.
Can I
Catch
try
him.
and catch him?
I catch him. I don't want him to shatter like the other guys did at the last place.
All right, you catch him. I mean, he's cold because, of course, he's been frozen. But that's... You have him. What are you going to do with him?
I'm going to take him over to May and ask if he's still alive. Is this guy still alive? Or is he a popsicle?
Give me...
I can tell he's a popsicle, but is he still alive?
With your medicine check... Okay.
Oh, God.
You can warm them up by the fire.
Careful how close you get him. Brother May I, with your medicine check, you've determined that, he's dead. How long he's been dead, you don't know, but the body is well preserved.
All right.
Listen,
As if-
I'm gonna dig
I
through
think the
pocket.
best way to put it, as if you put what's the spell that the cleric can cast on a body to keep it from rotting?
general repose.
It's almost like that,
Yeah.
but it's a lot... what's the phrase I'm looking for?
A lot colder.
Well, general repose doesn't actually make the body cold, but
That's what I mean.
yeah,
this is a lot
yeah,
colder.
this has the
than
same,
repose.
pretty much the same effect as general repose would have on a body. But this isn't a spell. This is something different.
Serge,
yeah, what's up?
When we defrost this guy, do you want to bring him back and ask him some questions?
I mean, that's up to you. It's going to take me quite a while to bring people back.
Okay.
I'm gonna defrost him and see if he has anything valuable in his pockets.
And I'm going to hold up a little chunk with some hair hanging off it. I still got this supposed elven lady.
And
that I could bring back
so
too.
yeah, as you're standing there,
Oh, yeah.
We're
Well,
the cool gang.
is that like one of those sick people trophies?
No. There's a guy
Don't worry about
outside in a smashed house, smashed, looking for a lady, and this is what's left of her, really. And I figured,
And you did that to her and you kept it. You
no,
barbarian.
it was just a chunk. I just picked up a chunk from
it.
it.
It's an experiment. It's an
And
experiment.
I could
No, no
reincarnate her
experiments. No,
because
thank
this
you.
is as much as I need to reincarnate someone.
Oh,
Dragon
our
smashed the
fail-safe.
house, and the house smashed their person.
right.
He decided not to grab her foot, but instead he grabbed a piece of her foot.
Oh, dear Lord. Okay. Right. Why are you here? I know why I'm here. A bit displaced as it would be in time, but why are you all here? And more of a, can I please leave with you? Because I do not want to stay here.
Well, we're headed to I'm gonna just pull out a map.
now
Does the rat guy have
What
Corporal
is this
Punishment,
place?
you are searching every body that's laying out here in the hallway. You don't.
Yes,
you
I am.
don't find another one of those cards,
Well, crap.
and there's a reason you don't find another one of those cards. You find one of the scientists or the guys in the white coats that look like he should have had one hanging on his lapel, but
Yes.
it looks like it's been torn away.
Dun, dun, dun.
We need to find the hoarder.
Yeah,
It-
there's a
now the
word.
demon is still around. Can I check the demon's body to see if he had a card
No,
on him?
because you'll recall when the demon died, he
poofed.
turned
Went
into
poof.
like Black Ichor and just,
Oh, that's
Well,
right.
never
That's right.
mind.
That's right.
and the other one disappeared.
And I don't find any other scientists.
You find a few scientists laying around, but you don't find any of the what you're looking for on them. But
Okay.
give me a perception check or an investigation, whichever you prefer, for that next set of hallway. If you decide to walk further away from the group.
She's wearing her spectacles.
All right. So right around this area, you find the head of just a head laying there, and you can see there's no body anywhere nearby missing a head.
There was a body missing a head back with
Let me phrase that.
And
You find a body, but you found two heads. That's because one of the bodies got kicked earlier and the head rolled away.
well, yeah. Yeah. Hey, can speak with dead be used as speak with head?
Yes, it can.
Kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Kind
ask
of what
it
I
to
was thinking.
Well,
We
I
only
pull up-
found one of the two heads, though. Is that correct?
No,
No, there are two heads with one body.
but
where
one
you're
body
standing.
is only one body there missing a head, and you can tell that it was the body that she kicked earlier. You know what head goes to which body. You found a head that doesn't go to anybody in this hallway.
And it's human.
Well, might have been, because it's been laying here for a while and it's rotted pretty severely. Now, a little backstory. This whole entire facility was air sealed when these creatures died, hence why there are still bodies here. At the time of being sealed and them dying, it pretty much preserved the bodies. Well, somebody came along and cracked open and let outside elements in, which, of course, causes decomposition to accelerate.
And that hasn't happened. That was pretty recent, right?
Probably within a
The
month or
current
so.
decomposition of the bodies.
Yeah, it's the decomposition looks like it started rapidly about a month or so ago.
Now, are there any doorways along here I can
Well,
check?
you see, there's a door here. There's a door here. Let me actually do it this way. There's a door here, here, and then it looks like a hallway maybe goes down this way.
Okay, I'm gonna check the door closest to me.
Well, there's a
I think you
door
said it
here,
was
but it's broken.
around here.
All right.
Here-ish.
You click it. I mean, you go to it, and then what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to open
All
it.
right.
I don't know if it's locked.
You see what looks like a pad to the side of it, which you've seen before in another building. And you also see what looks like an indention in the wall that probably fit a thumb into, and some weird looking mechanical eye above it.
Okay, can I pick up the head and put it toward where the eye would
Sure.
go? Okay.
And
Well, you said there's two heads. I'll pick them both up. Why
as
not?
you pick the head up and put it up there, you see this little green light come out, and it just kind of spreads over where the eye should have been. But the door.
So neither one of the heads still has,
No,
you know,
those are
eyes that'll
those
work.
are soft, squishy pieces. They tend to like rot pretty quick.
Well, is the body that's here? Does it have a hand that's usable?
But you can try it.
Okay, I'll pick up the body and try to put the hand where the
All right,
hand would go.
you do.
You.
And with that, the door opens. And inside you see 4 cells, pretty much. Cage doors here. Well, it'd be helpful if I had the right pointer. Here, 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 and here are all cage doors. Inside 2 of them, you see other dead bodies. Over here is a table. Looks like it has some sort of game on it, like card game. You know, like Three Dragon Annie, but these are weird looking cards. They've got these symbols like hearts and some looks like a diamond symbol and
A deck of many things? Oh, man.
and hanging on the wall here looks like keys, I guess.
Okay, and you said there's bodies in 2 of the cells.
Yes.
The other 2 cells are empty?
Yes.
Well, I'll go ahead and take the keys because who knows what they belong to.
All right.
And I'll take the cards.
All right. So you take them all together and you put them in the box. Now they are a little worn and tables covered in dust. What are you guys doing after she disappeared? You pried open the body. You got the body. You got the body of the rat sitting near the fire, thawing out.
Right.
And you checked its pockets. You find nothing in its pockets. It's just wearing its armor. And there may be a little rapier or whatever hanging on its side. He's probably about half your height in halfling form. Maybe a little bit more. I can't remember exactly how tall he
Even
was.
smaller than us.
Let me go look. I have him here somewhere.
Stand up a
Like
little
a
taller.
halfling child.
No, I don't have him. Where is he at? Did he must have completely removed him once he...
Could have, yeah. He was like 1.5 feet, if it's who I'm thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Foot
Yeah,
and a half. Not
It's
much.
about half your height. Give or take.
The poor little soul.
Okay.
If I'm not
I'm gonna go over and try to look at the other one again.
mistaken, he was a cleric, was he not?
Cleric monk.
Okay. So yeah, he's not wearing armor. He's wearing what looks like monk type robes. So you might actually even recognize them. They're not your temple, but you do recognize them as monk robes. And he's got some sort of holy symbol, like a book or whatever, that was put in there with him.
Hmm.
And you recognize the book.
Does he have wrist wraps on his hands and ankles? A chunk missing out of his ear by any chance?
No.
The word splinter on his chest.
No.
Total cage. What's happening?
Give me a religion roll.
All right. Not my best one. Definitely
No,
not
no,
my best.
you're like, this book's religious, but you really can't put your, you have no idea.
All right, I'm going to check out the other popsicle one more time with the beepy beep beep.
Okay, and it's still just a steady beat as if there's a heartbeat in there somewhere.
I do know that once that noise stopped, they would remove the other people from the rooms. It wasn't a good day.
I mean, the thing is I can, if you want me to. I mean, they've been dead for a long time, but
this guy
My
might not
spell.
be dead.
yeah, but my spell can only bring them back if it's been 10 days.
Now, exactly how does that work if somebody uses gentle repose on them?
It
It
extends
Yeah. So if they died like 30 seconds ago, you can extend it as long as you cast that spell indefinitely.
All right, so
And they would have died 30 seconds ago when the spell ends.
so technically, with your medicine check, it would appear that the body was stuck in this thing somewhere a day, maybe 2 days after it actually perished.
Okay.
So it has the appearance of a body who's been dead for 2 days.
I mean, I can bring them back if it's not
Give it a
been
shot.
too long, but it's going to take a long time and a lot of materials.
So
we get
you're
any of those
just going to
materials
go
here
back
like we did
there
the last
and-
place?
Oh, no, I got the materials. I'm just saying it.
No, I know, but I'm saying, can we get more materials here?
If they have any around, but
You really need more materials?
Can we go find that big machine again?
you want to go back to your God, Lord and Savior, the
Yes,
Claw?
I need to go back. I need to pay my respects. Maybe he has one of his servants are here. Who knows?
But I mean, if you want me to, I can cast it, but it's going to be the only time I can cast it today. And I was saving that just in case something happened, you know.
Let's save
What
it.
about?
I mean, he's already dead and he's been dead. It's up to you whether or not we bring him back. Just like with the Minotaur over there, I'm sure I could bring him back, but I don't have that spell prepared today. And it's a really expensive spell in and of itself. Greater Restoration, but since he's petrified, you know.
Is the
Why
map
don't we-
still open that you had?
Yeah, I brought the map out, and it doesn't look like what you think, I'm sure.
Yeah, it looks nothing like the maps you remember seeing.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I would look at it and the only thing
Give me a
during this
history
whole
check.
that you guys are talking about, I'm looking at it very confused.
Yeah, give me a history
Yeah,
check,
'cause-
by the way.
This is where we're at right now. And this is where we were going because supposedly some kidnapped kids are in this town.
Where?
I'm going to go to the panel.
Let me try that again.
I mean, yeah.
That didn't help.
All right. Well,
It's called Halfling Luck, but
what I brought up, I don't have to worry about showing you now, so we're good.
I don't. This is not Faerun.
Nope, it sure is.
Where are we?
You guys don't remember the name of your own realm?
No.
So
the
the realm is called Naranthala.
Nerenthal.
Yes, that is the realm we're in.
What is Niranthala?
It's where
It's
we're
closer than Farenthala.
How do you spell Niranthala?
at. Nirinthala.
Right.
Yeah, we're also in a country, but I can't remember without the map. Something like Corset or something.
Is there any way to get to Faerun?
Well,
I just need a boat. Really, I just
here, I'm gonna go ahead and
explore and see if my family's is there. There
Sure.
might be some descendants or
what happened was, from what I recall, we were in a bunker kind of like this before. I'm just gonna say bunker.
bunker.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call it that. We were in a base like this before in a different over here on this island down here. And when we were there, we went to the basement and we saw this giant wall that produced this illusion
There's your little history.
that
by the way.
showed the past. And in the past, there was like these humans, them looking people. And
The
they had
assholes.
these
Got
giant crystals that would light up, and then it looked like it tore open a portal, possibly to Faerun,
Now,
if that's what you're
upon
saying.
mentioning crystals and a video, Sergeant Rock remembers what was in the other room. Some damaged crystals with a big, round ball and a bunch of metal, almost as if something was destroyed there.
Yeah.
you remember that when he mentions crystals in that device, that clicks with you about what you found in the room the dragon's dead in.
But yeah, I'm gonna tell you about the crystals and how the video it showed us was them making tests and then people coming through the portal and attacking them because they were going through and grabbing them and testing on them. So they came through the portal, they found their own way to come through it and attack this world. So if that's Faerun on that side and this one's Nirenthal on this side, you know.
So what you're saying is they opened a portal. They ravaged my town. They stole me and probably others. Did tests, froze me. It's now 1,300 years later, and I can't get
at least 1,300. But from my knowledge, is this world used to just be humans, from what I can recall.
Oh, fantastic! Sounds great. Let's stay.
Yeah, there wasn't anyone like us, but now since the whole calamity and the whatever happened back then, this world is full of, you know, all of us.
Oh,
It's not
y'all
just
invaded my country or my planet?
I did
Well-
not invade anything, thank you.
if what I remember is right, you invaded our world first, and then we retaliated. If that's
And I'd
what
like
I'm
to point
recalling.
out that I was a part of none of that. Thank you.
That's just a guess. That's what we think. I'm gonna go check on, I saw some screens in another room down here, and I want to see if maybe they work like the ones in that lab we saw way
And
back.
why isn't the tall red one back yet?
no idea. They wander off on their own on occasion.
What?
But yeah, no, I mean, here's the deal. If we want to, we can spend the resources. Tomorrow I can cast a spell to unpetrify that guy. You know, it's going to cost 100 gold diamond dust, but 100 gold worth of diamond dust. I have some, but I'd rather use it on people I know than Mr. Petrified over there.
Thank you, because I'm trying to find the actual spell to give you an answer to your question.
I
But at
am.
the same
Me
time,
or
I can
Okay.
cast, you know,
it's not
reincarnate
what I was thinking it
on,
was.
on this little mouse folk here, if that's what you really
The
want.
divine
Or we can just walk
favor?
out the way we are now.
Yeah, I thought Child Divinity I could
It's
do the
almost
little-
kinder if you don't wake up.
roll a percentage. If you roll under your level, God will come out and
Oh.
do something.
Talk to your god.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Divine
Cleric
intervention.
ability.
Never mind, that's at 10th level.
You just.
Yeah. Never
That's
mind.
Divine.
Granted, they wouldn't be waking up with a fight in a dragon.
You can't find exactly where the power's coming from there, Ducks. It's like it's being powered from underneath. The keys work on the cell doors, and you're able to open the doors. They're corporal punishment, and you want to check the bodies. They're wearing they're human. I mean, I guess they were. They don't seem they're about the human height. You can give me a medicine check if you want to verify for certain if they were human. But they're wearing what's left of orange, one solid outfit, orange color. Yeah, close enough. You can see the there's no sharp ears. What's left of the ears. So they were human, and they're wearing pretty much orange jumpsuits. You find nothing in any pockets or nothing else.
All right, I'm gonna try the next room up then, which was over here somewhere.
Okay, that room has the same setup with the. Actually, this one just has that little eye thing.
Well, that sucks because I don't have eyeballs.
What if we
Well, then
take the eyeballs from the beholder?
I don't think that's
It's got
gonna
8
work.
of them. Who knows?
All right, so I'm gonna go look down this hallway then.
All right. Well, we'll get back to you in a second on that.
No problem.
What's your distance in sight?
60?
We'll just stop.
Just dark vision.
All right. let's see. I think there's a door here. A door down here. I'll just go ahead and unlock the whole thing. All right. So yeah, she's still gone. Sergeant Rock has walked up, and about the time Sergeant Rock gets up here where these monitors are at, he sees her walk to the edge of this hallway and look down it. You're looking for power on this canister. You can't seem to find any power anywhere. I mean, no tubes or whatever. Like that one, you could pull the plug kind of deal.
Well, the reason I'm thinking we try not to mess with these too much is I can write down the location here, and then when I go back to the keepers, they can send someone a little more inclined with knowledge that might know more about this.
Where you going, Brother May I?
Just down into this hallway, see what's going
Okay,
on.
you find a busted open door. You also see a grate above your head that seems to be hanging loose, and outside the door is caves. Very dark caves. Of course, you don't see that because of your double sight. Now, this door looks like it has been beat in. Oh, and somewhere along those lines, you find another body of a very tall gladiator-looking fella in this hallway.
Does he match the description of being the slaves we
He does not.
sent for? I'll search him. What the hell?
You find a shield and an axe, just mundane items. Oh, and a weird like headband on his head with a gemstone in the middle.
Grab that.
Oh, and it does. You still have your detect magic going. It does glow with magic. What kind of magic does it glow with? I have no idea what that would be. Enchantment, I believe, would be the kind of magic.
I think so.
And we got a cave, a door that was bashed in.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like there's been some axe. It's like it was hit with an axe, and then after it took a while to break through it, but it was broken into.
And that's the door going into the caves, or is that going into another?
No, it's going into the caves, but it was whatever from the caves into here is how the door looks like it was broken.
I'll head back to the big room then.
All right.
And sit down and start doing ritual casting again.
What's your ritual casting now? Oh, on this thing?
Yeah.
All right. The best thing you can come up with, because this is some weird item you've never seen before, but it's called a thrall circlet. It's a part of a whole. Apparently, somebody wears a ring, and whoever's wearing the ring controls whoever's wearing the headband.
Son of a biscuit. Dan, am I wearing a normal ring?
You're wearing a normal ring.
Okay, just
It's
checking.
already been checked. It was non-magical.
Because that could be a. Flip. No. But I have, would those bands and rings have been something that
No.
I would have known from experiments at all? No.
Matter of fact, the headband was on a creature that wasn't dressed anything like anybody else. Actually, it was a large. By looking at the body, it was apparently a rather large and muscular human. And he's wearing.
Not that I got to go see it because I didn't follow it, but I'm just
and
curious.
he was wearing gladiator armor. The rest of the group would have noticed a similarity in his dress because they visited said gladiatorial arena.
We did.
Hey, Ducks, you want this headband? Look pretty cool on you.
I got too many magic items, thanks though. They're starting to do weird things and have weird contact with each other. Should just hold off maybe.
This one doesn't require attunement.
Yeah, you put it on, then you're mind controlled, basically.
Yeah, no attunement necessary. Not unless you.
I'll put it in my bag.
Unless you're wearing the ring. Oh, and you find another one laying on the ground, kind of broken,
Okay.
as if somebody hit it with a weapon.
What's the near that's coming off of this?
The near on that. That's kind of
Blackish purple.
I'm trying to figure out if that would be, because that's death and life is black and white. Purple's agony. Probably deep red, maybe around the gemstone itself, and you get the smell of black powder in the air around it. And there might be a hint of rotted meat with that smell, and maybe like a little bit of sliver of purple in the mix with it.
So I understand that this is a bad thing.
You understand that whatever this was used for is probably not a good thing, yeah.
Okay, I'll attempt to destroy it then.
All right. You feel that if you break the gemstone in the middle of it, that might destroy the power in the band
Yeah.
itself.
Brute.
So how are you going to do that?
Everything.
Fireball. No.
I think that's out for the day.
Okay, so give me a dexterity saving throw.
Yay. My best.
Excellent. You will take 7 points as this, as soon as you hit it, it shatters this force. And let's see, where were you? I'm
Here.
guessing nobody else is standing around you watching this now that I've mentioned that you need to do a dex saving throw. Well, no, they're within 30 feet, I guess.
What? You brought it back?
So everybody, roll me a dex save. That'd be Surge and Belfie. You seem to be the only ones that are in there.
Okay.
Right, now I roll well.
Belfie takes no damage. I'm sure she's got evasion, correct?
Yes.
Surge, you'll take half damage.
3.
And it's force damage. So it's like this wave of force just shoots out from the gem as soon as it shatters and knocks you to the ground, Brother May I?
Oh. I'll stand back up, dust myself off.
What did
I
you
meant to
just
do
do?
A loud
Yeah,
explosion?
you hear it. Everybody
Okay, yeah.
hears it because it is definitely loud.
All right, we need to find out what that was, so running back.
Oh, I thought we were looking at the movies.
We were gonna, but then I heard an explosion, and I'm not gonna just ignore an explosion.
I was destroying something evil.
Okay. Do that by yourself for me next time, then.
I don't understand what the problem is, really. Why is everybody falling?
I don't know.
So,
Duck, you want a regular headband now?
Oh, when that happened, the band itself just broke into pieces as well.
Okay.
And it
All right,
seemed to
everybody's
go
all
from
right
like
here?
a gold color, like as if it was made of solid gold, to like a tarnished tin color.
yeah, no, he was just destroying something by himself
Is this a normal thing?
on occasion.
Efforts in the future.
Right.
So,
Oh, you can give me one of those Article 28s or something that you keep babbling about.
What's an Article 28? I am very seriously confused.
I don't know. He mentioned that to me once before because I fell asleep on watch.
Well,
Article 84, destruction of government properties in order, right here.
so we've established that this one is, and then this one breaks things that make small explosions. What were you all doing here? Not that I'm not happy to have found you, or you have found me, or however that worked out, but why?
So we were traveling through the sky, and we happened to get diverted and came over here just to investigate the ruin. Things kind of went from there.
And then the dragon chased us in here.
Yeah.
Is this weird world all in ruins?
Not anymore, really. It's been kind of rebuilt since it's been so long. But you don't see ruins kind of like these that often.
Right, well, if you direct me to a port city, then we will all be right as rain.
Well, if we don't stop the lich, everything will be in ruins anyways.
Yeah, there's a
Stop
lich
the who the what
planning.
now?
A lich.
Yeah, see, normally I avoid those.
All right. But
You don't want revenge from the life he stole from you.
Wait, he's the backup. What do you mean he stole from me?
Well, at least from Sergeant Rock, he said that man's the one that brought him here, and he's the one that's been manipulating events. So he's probably the one that did it to you originally. Then he made himself into a lich so that he could continue his misguided adventure.
Well,
and
that
probably
is-
knows the only one who
Doesn't
sends you
it?
back.
Possibly, he did bring Rock here from the past.
I do
So he
want-
could send you forward or back, or this time thing confuses me.
Do you
See,
think-
Rock is from 1943, I think.
1944 Earth.
1944 Earth.
And
I
from
don't
what,
even know what that means.
yeah, from what we can gather, that's
Yeah.
before the calamity. So before you were taken, I think.
Yeah.
Quite a bit before.
But we don't know exactly how far.
Right. Well, this will take a bit of getting used to. Does anybody have any drink on them? Good Lord, this is a lot.
I do, but I don't know if you want it. And I'll grab a vial, and I'll grab the Ancient Marutka. I'll pour some Ancient Marutka into the vial as a cup.
Mhm.
So you get a double shot if you want it.
And what is this?
It's a drink called Marutka, except this one's really old. This was like made in the calamity area.
This isn't a beverage I'd be familiar with.
No.
What are the effects of this? I'm going to sniff it and see if I can,
It's very sweet smelling.
Right. And I'm asking you what the effects of it are, sir.
It can get you drunk. It's
Yeah.
alcohol.
What time is it? Not quite. Screw it. And I take half of it. I don't take both. I take half of
Okay.
it.
Constitution saving throw. So she downs about half of it. Goes, this is pretty good. Boom.
Is it poison?
No.
Okay.
Well, it's alcohol, so
Yeah,
technically.
Well,
Oh yeah. Hobbits get that.
Now,
after the-
granted, my tolerance is really low. I haven't drank in over 1,000 years.
Yeah, you haven't had anything.
Lightweight.
But you also rolled an 8 on your Constitution saving throw, so yeah, you get about half of it down, and you make your, whatever comments about this. It's how to describe. It's kind of a grain type liquor. So
Okay.
more like not a Southern Comfort, but I guess more like a Southern Comfort
Cool.
or a
God,
rum.
This is not like Riven Gut. Dunk.
Yep.
Okay.
And you
Alright.
pass
Well-
out. Now that you've drank that, thank you, Curtis. There's something else that I have to do that's going to come later.
Curtis, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
So I'm gonna take it and pour it back in and close it and put it away.
So one thing that you do catch in your drunken state of unconsciousness is you.
Well, we did say we were going to short rest, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, you're getting a short rest. You have no choice. You see your ring, and you see it on a dead hand.
Like dead as in it's someone next to me dead, or dead as in it's a lich dead?
Dead as in it's moving around, but you can see that it's not living. It's an undead hand.
Fantastic.
With that, you also see what looks like the same uniform that these bodies all over the floor are wearing,
Okay.
and you see markings on it of stars, like I want to say 4 stars.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, once you pans back, you see that is a lich wearing that particular armor or that particular outfit. Got like a black cloak on, but he's got it pulled back at the moment in your vision. With your vision, there'll be some other aspects that I need to bring up that we will take care of
Right.
later. But
Yes.
suffice it to say, you're having a vision and a dream. Matter of fact, as you pulled back from that, you are now at your name day party,
Oh no.
just prior to the abduction. And you're spending time with your family. How many siblings did you have? We didn't go over that.
We did. We'll say 10. Large family.
Large family, so they're all running around. Even the little small ones running around, pulling on you, wanting your attention. Want to go play Smack the Kobold, which is
Oh, the tradition.
which is a it's like a stuffed hanging kobold. I mean, it's got treats in it. Let's see. Help me out with a little bit of backstory. Do you have a sibling that may have passed away prior to your name day that you wished was there?
I mean, we called her River, but yes.
Okay. Well, he's there. And he puts his hand on your shoulder, and you feel the warmth of his presence, but you feel something more in his touch. And it's your whole body gets warm when he touches your shoulder. He says something about I'm proud of you. You've come far, and you have a lot of adventure left to go. So let's see. And with that, you will gain something, and I have to actually figure that out later. So, for those who are out there watching, if you ever run a game, remember, sometimes your players throw shit at you you're not ready for.
Yeah, I mean, someone wanted a drink, so
I did ask for just a drink. I was thinking, I mean,
Well, the only alcohol
really
he had
just
with him was the
dots or something like that. But okay,
the only thing I have is
some good port. You know.
All right.
Just sometimes though.
So with that,
unless you wanted oil, but I figured alcohol would be better. I have cocaine. You want some cocaine?
I mean, I am from a port town. Maybe they don't. I don't know.
It's not actually cocaine, but it's basically cocaine.
No.
It's red
red
powder.
speed. It's red speed powder.
Oh, cobalt cocaine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
All right, so I'll get to that here in a minute.
It'd be kind of useless for
So,
you because you can do all.
Sergeant Rock, once that explosion, you find out what it was. I'm taking it. You go back and you guys start messing around with the monitors again, right?
Yeah. Trying to see if I can activate a VT100.
Mm-hmm. What you do, you do find there's no power working these monitors,
Oh,
but you do find what looks like some sort of recording device. Little handheld, flat. I mean, it's like about that thin, and it looks like it has some kind of power to it.
it's kind of compact with a light.
Yeah, so as soon as you pick it up, you start hearing a voice. Now, no, Court Punishment's there. She doesn't understand this voice, but you hear it speak. The device is too unstable. We can't stop the creatures from coming out. It doesn't matter what we do, they're still coming. I'll try one more time, one more thing to stop it, but it'll be the last I do. I must destroy the gate, but it will trap those creatures here. At least no more can come through. God forgive me. And then you hear an explosion over the recording, and then that's it.
What did he say?
He says he had to close the gate. and he was desperate to do it. He blew it up somehow, apparently. So he cut off a gate between this world and wherever some of these strange people that come around here are.
So is that the same as the portal with the crystals around it blowing up?
Yeah. Apparently, there's several of them around. And this one
Yes.
was-
Okay, so a few minutes later, as you're listening to this, you have Surge comes walking in behind you carrying the unconscious halfling.
Did you
Not
move
dead.
in?
Ah, why not?
I hiccup in my sleep.
What you got for me there? It's Thursday.
Figure better to bring her than leave her unconscious in that room.
Well, you
Throw out
might
the
be
back
I
of the
didn't
Odie.
know. Apparently, a gate was closed around here using some kind of explosion. There's one of these portals, like in that other compound down on the island.
Oh, interesting.
Sergeant Rock, give me an investigation, please.
I found a room that had some
Is based.
cells in it with two dead human kind of people in it with orange suits on them. I found a door that I can't get into because I have the card like I have. The body I found didn't have the card on it, but it's got to be somewhere. And Fred and I were looking down this hallway, and there's a couple more doors down that hallway too.
I'm just gonna start going through random rooms and checking bodies and places and see if I can find cards.
Okay, well, you look and you search, you can't find them. Sergeant Rock, you find in a drawer, well, because she's already done the same thing and found nothing.
Well, what about this room?
What room? Yeah,
Well, he wouldn't know that. He wasn't there.
Well, you guys laugh when I say that. I'm just saying. She's already done so. So when you go to look again, you find nothing. You find in here, up here in this room that you're in.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, you find what looks like display cases, and you find, well, I mean, it's a lot of dust on it now because it's been open, but it's like something may have been here at one point in time and may have been removed recently. And what we're gonna
A lot of things have been removed from this place.
well, it's as if somebody's already come through here.
Something
Oh,
like-
geez.
All right,
They
so
beat me.
we're going to take ourselves a 5 to 10 minute break, and that way we can take care of a few other items, and we'll be back shortly. So please stick with us. All right.
We
Just in
got
case
some
you
Night
missed that.
Ranger kick on.
So I'm new to
We're
this Beyond 20. How do I add that to my?
Copy and paste. So
Well, I mean, what would I add it under?
Oh, that might just be something you
Put-
have to remember.
put it-
Like
I have
note.
no
yeah,
idea.
you put it in the notes to keep
Okay.
track of it.
Yeah.
Just making
You
sure.
can create a homebrew item
But I would just
or a homebrew
just put it in
skill.
your-
Like you can do stuff like that, but
Okay.
you can just always roll a d10 on the thing and add it to whatever you want.
All right,
Yeah,
thank you.
for me, it's a lot of work to try and make items. I've done it before, and they've made it easier, but it's still a pain in the
Now,
ass.
as far as the other part, to like add a D10 roll to like whatever check, we'd have to ask Rod. There's something I can't do it right on camera right now, but there is a way to fix that. I'm not a big Roll20 thing, and he's real good with all that shit, so we'll figure it out. That way you can just click it the time you need to use it, but you never know when you need to use it. You might have to use it
Yeah, I
after the
can make a
fact.
macro for it.
Yeah.
So it's
Yep.
just a D10, so you just click the dice and roll the D10.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and boom,
Yeah,
See,
no worries.
I roll
All
high
right, so
always.
you're checking this device to try to. And by the way, I missed this a minute ago when I was telling you. There's another body in the hallway that doesn't match any of the others. Let's see.
Oh, out here?
It's a female body. I'm trying to find. Okay. What you can tell, she had long dark hair. She's wearing what looks like a white outfit. But you can tell what killed her is easy to tell because she's got a rather large wound that goes through the back of her skull and protrudes out the front of her face. Is that how I killed her?
It's been a while. I think so.
Little Kurt Cobain action
No,
going,
it was
or-
through her back and into her chest.
She didn't have an ID card though, right?
No, matter of fact, she doesn't look like her dress looks more like. Give me. It's not a really bad one, but give me a history check for everybody but Belfie.
Gonna slap myself across the face with guidance.
Wow, look, the Paladin's on it. Nat 20.
All right.
So 14 on my end.
Okay, the 14 and the nat 20 will work. You recognize the dress she's wearing as being similar to the ones you saw some of the slave women wearing around the Colosseum.
So she might be part of that escape party.
Well, her hands are tied behind her back.
So she probably doesn't have anything valuable on her. We check for, money.
No, you find nothing of any value on her.
All right.
Anything of value on the passed out halfling?
She's wearing a ring. But you know that because you all tossed it to her.
Yeah. Well, I didn't toss it to her. She snatched it out of my hand.
Somebody threw it to her.
Yeah, you
I'm pretty
tossed
sure
it to
you
her.
gave it to her.
You tossed it.
All right, so you're trying to what kind of information are you trying to get out of this thing?
I don't see any keys or anything like that, so I'm just like talking to it, going, show map, show image of portal, show, and I'm even going to test to see if it communicate with other people. So I'm like, radio, general.
I'm sorry. I don't understand your request.
Show map of complex.
A picture pops up on the screen and it shows you pretty much the layout that you guys have seen so far.
Oh. All right. Well, that's exciting. He runs over to.
And you ask it the date.
Guys,
if it's
hey,
being
that guy-
smart.
date and time. I'll try that command.
Okay. Date and time. So let's figure this out.
Jam the GM.
The year is currently 3,945. The day is August 6th.
Oh boy. So suddenly Rock is like, he's staring at everybody, and he just says, date and time. He wants to hear it again.
What's it saying?
August 6th, 3,945.
Oh man.
Now is that the correct date for the game?
That's not the date you guys know of.
Okay.
That is the date that the programming is picked up on. Because
What's it
everybody
saying there,
knows a cell phone will change its date and time based on whatever original programming it had.
Mhm.
As long as there's still a tower.
Or,
Well, they don't even need a
Or that
tower.
it's
Do
been
they?
on, I guess.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, once it loses tower, it propagates until it gets contact with another tower.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm like, oh, this thing says it's August 6th, but it's 2,000 years from what I know. So yeah,
What day did you come here?
well, I was transported here in June of 1944. This thing says it's 3945. That's 2001 years. I think I missed a bit. Sure wish I,
Just a little.
yeah. Sure wish I deposited my paycheck in a interest-bearing account.
I have no idea what you're
Paycheck?
talking about. But
Yeah.
all right.
It's
So
a
listen,
paycheck.
Hey, does that thing show that other hallway?
Is that like when you get, when you do something and they pay you gold?
yeah, so I like that. Only it's a piece of paper that you can put in a bank. But yeah, or you can just take it to the quartermaster, cash it for you. That's what everybody does. That's what I always did. Damn it. Well,
Yeah, while you're rambling on about stuff nobody understands, does that thing show a map like the hallway that I found?
over here.
Are we
Yeah.
it shows
back left, by
it
the
shows
way?
the hallway, huh?
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't realize we were back live yet.
Do you think we've been doing all this role playing off camera? I said, hold on, let me get back on camera first.
My bad.
All right, so yes, it shows the camera. That does show the hallway.
All right. I'm excited with the phone. Who's the president of the United States?
Okay.
Tell me, DM, make up shit on the spot.
No internet connection found.
Yeah, you want the current
It's like the
president, it doesn't give
ringtone.
it to you, but acting president at the time was president was Lisa Trendell.
Wow.
Democrat or Republican?
Too bipartisan.
Query inaccurate. Democrat and Republic were abolished 20 years ago. Or, I'm sorry, 1,895 years ago.
Single party system?
Don't understand your query.
What party was Lisa a member of?
There were no parties.
All
Hey,
right.
Dan, make up some political strife real quick.
That's Bolsheviks they took over. Figures.
during the
She was part of the Utopian Party.
during the
NWO.
During the 2030s, the two-party system was abolished.
We can all cross our fingers, right?
Yeah, well, I see an upside and a downside. But all right,
After the
Tell me-
after the Georgian uprising, politics had changed.
can you show the shape of the room beyond this door here?
The room beyond the door is the barracks.
And then what's down the hall to the south of us?
The continuation of the barracks.
All
In the
right.
map, it shows a one long room with beds in it. Well, I mean, one long room.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want, I will reveal that one long room because you're looking at it on a friggin' map thing instead of looking at it with your own eyes.
Yep. Then I go, well, I reckon it's just a bunch of bunks in there, but they might have some stuff in their footlockers. So let's go take a look.
It seems as if this room has been ransacked.
Shocking.
As if somebody else has already came through here and taken anything they could find of value.
I mean, you know, if there's a mess hall with shiny stainless steel, who knows? That might be there or gone.
So what's in that room we can't get into?
You don't know, we can't get into it.
But the map might show me. I go, hey,
The phone can get you in.
hey, what's on the west side of this wall here, or the east side of this wall here? And he'll, know where he's standing and see if he can find out what's over here.
I think
That
that's
would be
just
the
a
cryo
wall,
prison.
it looks like.
That would be the cryo prison.
No, I meant the one that's up north here. That I couldn't get into because I don't got the card for it.
Is he?
That was over here.
He is in here, isn't he?
I think so.
All right. You do find a body in this room. A body of a dead goblin who appears to be wearing or was wearing upon his death cast iron skillets and a cast iron pot for a helmet.
Weird. Apparently, there was a lot of
I'll-
craziness around this time.
Does the goblin still have hair?
Yeah, because he's dead. I mean, it continues to grow after death.
All right, I'll snag a piece of its hair.
You
Give it to
weirdo.
Serge.
Well,
Really?
Don't shed a tear for that guy. Let me tell you. Apparently, they have a prison for criers.
Are you serious?
What the thing just
Yeah.
told.
The
There's a-
goblin.
Yeah, there's a goblin back there with pots.
Yeah, no, I'm in this room with you.
Oh, you
I
are?
watched you pick the hair. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's like I'm in
Oh,
this
I
room.
didn't see you down. I didn't see you down there. Okay, here you go. Just in case you want to practice, your resurrections.
Now,
It's not resurrection, it's reincarnation.
about this time,
I mean,
Belfie does wake up from her fevered dream.
yeah, you'd be probably with us instead of by yourself up there.
Well, I didn't know if the goat followed or just stayed, so I didn't.
I would have brought the goat with.
I don't tell anybody I'm awake. I'm just watching and being quiet.
Well, give me a deception check. It's got to go against your passive, Marcus.
Wait, isn't she still tied to the goat?
Didn't make it any.
So, who wins this? That's my passive.
My passive is a 21.
But-
Yeah,
Okay,
his is
well, the
higher.
two of you know she's awake, but nobody
Oh.
else in the group knows that she's awake.
Mine's a 17.
Yeah, I'm just being.
She hears a voice in her mind. Are you enjoying it up there?
This intrusiveness is kind of annoying after a while. I do like to have my own thoughts as private.
I'll walk over.
And then
Untie
audibly I say to
and
her, I'm
leave
like,
you.
are you talking to someone?
Your voice doesn't change in my head,
It actually does.
Damn it!
I don't think
Was
it does.
Oh, that's not cool.
It does, because I can project it how I wanted to project it.
We'll have to check on that. All right.
All right.
Hey, can
Well,
you
hold
project
on.
thoughts, Ducks?
Not really.
Like
Just
Just
images?
communicate. Speech.
Would I be able to tell it's him with the 15 perception, or would you want an insight?
Well, if he's trying to deceive you, he needs to roll a deception. And you'll need to give me an insight.
Deception's like one of my worst skills. So.
Good.
But I
But he
will.
beat you by 1 point. Unless you want to try that new fancy thing you learned.
No, I'm not going to. No,
Not gonna blow it on
burn
something.
it on that.
All right. So, what are y'all doing now?
Asking the rapper, what's on the north side of this wall? Now that we walked back out over here. What's the room look like?
Above you?
Yeah.
That is the armory.
Oh, no wonder it's locked up. It's the armory. Might have some interesting weapons there. Somebody's already been through here. I'll bet they already took them.
No, it's almost like it would be very nice if you had somebody who could open the door for you.
Yeah, Dux, you want to try to pick it?
Here's a crowbar.
I have tinker tools.
I have a thieves toolkit.
How am I tied up on this? by the
You're
way?
not. You're untied. He already said he came up and untied you.
Oh, he did untie me. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
You're
very-
just on there and tied to keep you from falling. But
yeah,
yeah,
we made
once
a knot so they'd come away if you actually tried to get out.
Okay.
I
Hey, Matt,
mean,
can you open the door to the armory, please?
I'm sorry, you do not have proper clearance.
Or how do I get clearance to open the door to the armory?
Only those of higher ranking can open the armory. I can't find
That'd be
you in
an
my
officer.
system.
Were you assisting me on this pick lock thing?
Yeah. What type of door is it?
It's made of steel.
But does it have
It doesn't have
Like a
hinges.
no
Does
hinges?
it
on
have
it?
one of those thumbprint?
It does
things
have
on
like a little eye in front of it. Almost like a
but not a
mechanical
thumbprint
eye.
thing.
And when one of you guys go to look at it, you see this green beam come out and look at your eye. Access denied.
well, how badly do y'all want in there?
I don't know.
I'm gonna just open the door, bust it down.
Well, I mean, I can
tried
do
to open
that
it with
if you
tools.
want.
I don't know if my thieves' tools, the 30, is gonna get me in.
No,
and out.
this Tinker kit might be a good idea.
Hmm.
I mean, I can do siege damage if you want.
So
Bust
let's
it
see. You're tinkering with this thing with your thieves' tools with a 30. You know you've popped the cover off that had all these the little eye on it, and it's like hanging down, and you're reaching in there and you're trying to find whatever could be considered a lock, and after a little while you connect like between two wires and the door slides open.
Boom.
Wow,
Oh,
You're
neat.
welcome.
But the room beyond doesn't really look like a room anymore. It's actually
Bunch of stuff.
it's been burrowed out a little bit on the sides.
They made it bigger.
And it looks like it's been dug. Now, in the mix, I do need a investigation check, and I will do this and get rid of all this crap.
Everybody, or
Call on the power of Eisenhower.
I'll guide you, Ducks.
Okay. So, may I roll me a percentage? No. So when you guys look in here, you find what looks like a broken crate, and it looks like a bunch of these strange-looking staves that almost resemble Sergeant Rock's staff that he uses that he always says is something else?
Would I have seen them use this?
Yes,
before I
you've
got
seen
up,
them.
or I
They
froze up.
came in. They used them. Matter of fact, if not mistaken, you might have seen your family's retainers, maybe in like family guards or whatever, taken out by these things. They shoot some weird light, and when it hit one of your guards in your family's home, it burned a hole in their chest before it, and when they hit the ground, you see the smoke coming out of it, and there was no blood.
Right, I would
I
not.
want one of those.
Do you know how to use that?
Sergeant Rock can teach me.
Well, I don't see any ammo in here. I don't know what the hell's wrong with these people. I must have had short supply of ammo. I'm looking specifically for 30-06 Springfield ammo.
You don't find any of that. Not at all. You don't find any hard ammo whatsoever. What you do find is what looks like a smaller version of a car battery, but they've all been broken,
Ah,
as if something had crushed them in the process of digging out this area. But you do find other things like artwork in gold and such.
oh.
Oh, neat.
All right.
Well, I guess we'll spend some time in here looking it over and put
Might
some
as well.
old bags of holding.
So, you recognize these, or do you
These
not?
are horrible devices.
Well, these are
Oh, you've seen these?
I have. On my naming day, they came into my town and they used these. They shot clear through some of my bread.
What it looked like?
It was like a bolt of energy, like almost like an arcane power, but different. It burned.
wait a minute. You're saying this some kind of ray gun?
I don't know
What
what
is it?
that is, but I do know that something shot out of, and I'll pick one up in like this part of it
Mm-hmm.
and point to the tip of it, and it burned clear through.
That's funny. They bother to make a ray gun and make it look a little like a rifle.
So it's different than like a cannon.
You can
per
tell
se.
that when it's picked up, it is a lot lighter than what you're used to as far as rifles concerned. And it's as if it's made out of some sort of polymer. You would have said plastic, but it's not exactly
Yes.
the same. And the barrel is not the same size, like a little small barrel. It's more of a flat, wide-looking thing. So, I mean,
Is it open sights or is it got some kind of scope?
you find one or two that's got a scope, but most of them are like open sights. Not actually open. They're more like a little screen with a red dot in the middle of it.
This would have been
Pick one
handy.
up and look down the hole.
In the front of it,
Yeah, see what's in
you
there.
don't actually see anything in a hole. You just see what looks like wires or some sort of
Did you miss
grill.
the part where I said that beams came out of there?
I was seeing where the beams came from.
Oh my lanta!
Well, my guess is these ray guns need some kind of a power source. So that looks like these things tore up over here.
So you hold it like this.
No, and I'll adjust it on you the way they held it, like this.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
And
If you could not point that at me, that would be fantastic. Thank you.
yeah. When you squeeze the trigger, be sure to squeeze it with control. Don't yank on it.
I'll point to a wall and
Oh, no.
yeah,
pull the trigger.
you hear. I mean, you don't even hear a click. It just you pull it back and nothing happens.
Yeah. I wonder if these
Doesn't
guys
seem to
have
be
some
working.
kind of flash grenades. I'm looking around for other stuff.
All right, I just popped in two of the items that you find in here.
Is it empty?
Ooh.
It appears to be
With
empty.
that gold cup with emeralds be worth about 1,500 gold?
No, you think it'd be worth more than that.
Huh?
So,
It's the feast. That's good.
Can I
Yeah,
have the
if-
sarcophagus?
well, I mean, you're over there. I'm looking at all this interesting stuff. I don't have any idea on how those work. But there's this sarcophagus-looking thing, which is odd. And then depending on how much this cup is worth, it's either worth selling, or it could be worth a hero's feast if
Did you
it's
just
worth
ask
2,000.
if you could keep the sarcophagus?
Yes.
I'm going to hold my breath,
I'm a holy person. I know how
Steal
to deal
myself.
with this.
and open the sarcophagus.
There's
He has
nothing in it.
chunks of people.
It's
He's
empty.
A pair of things. You want?
It's empty.
Oof.
And I'll close it.
But still valuable. All right.
Yeah, I think this stuff's valuable. This gold cup, well, yeah, this gold cup, depending on how much it's worth, it might be worth keeping
It's a set.
in case we need to cast a
It's
spell.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Two
Yeah, me,
gold cups.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I just love how you guys ignore the fact I'm a religious person over here that could probably have warded you if something was in the sarcophagus.
Oh, well.
Just saying.
Right. I'm going to step back behind this one who says she can keep evil away. Thank you.
You also
So these,
find what looks like a weird-looking horn, almost like a goat's horn.
Is it from any ant? And we would have recognized it as a
Yeah,
goat's
it looks
horn?
kind of like a goat's horn that just spirals out.
A drinking vessel?
Nope, it looks like it's got a
Does
hole
it
in the
have
bottom.
a...
Like
Okay,
a
so-
horn? Okay.
I will cast detect magic to see if anything glows.
You have
Yeah, I was gonna say.
3 items that I'm giving you are glowing.
Okay.
There is a,
You want to come take a look?
and I'm sure you're going to do whatever here in a minute, so we'll just go ahead and finish putting those in there.
Okay.
So I think I recognize those horns. You blow through them and it makes a sound.
That's normally how horns work, yes.
Okay, so you find a set of scale mail armor, that horn, and a weird-looking stone.
Alright. I will sit down, do the ritual. Omni.
Is the scale mail metal?
Nope, it's dragon scale.
Dragon scale. What color?
I have no idea. Roll me a d6.
Okay.
Actually, before you do that, I'll get with you in a
Holding.
minute.
Gotcha.
All right, what did I say it was?
Hey, Rock, can that thing tell you the passcode to that other thing, Majigger?
Apparently, I'm not authorized.
Oh, really? That's a shame.
Need a horn of blasting. Ooh, wait.
+1 scale mail.
Onion stone.
Yeah, because depending on the dragon scale, it'll give you a resistance, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm definitely wearing this armor, but
Well, that would be nice.
Iron Stone of Reserve sounds awesome. And having an Iron Stone swirling around your helmet sounds awesome.
All right, like I said, I know you're going to identify, so I'm putting them out there. So yeah, you find a vibrant purple prism, which is a stone, and when you go to mess with it, well, whatever. When you go to identify it, you identify it as that. Now, as far as what's blah blah blah,
The scale
Yeah.
mail?
those things.
This stone is exactly what I wanted as a tattoo.
How many colors? Because I believe there's the chromatic and then the metallic, but I don't know if they're all in the list. It would make sense to only have the colors for the resistance, even if it's gold or color chromatic.
Still got to be better than what I'm wearing.
Scale
Hold on.
+1, and you get, I think scale mail, you get what, 2 for dex added, or
Well, that's already what you're wearing.
Yeah, I'm just wearing chainmail. That's all I got on.
okay. Yeah. Whoever, I just identify and pass out. So whoever wants the,
Well, before you do,
okay.
I'm just gonna check something.
So your chainmail is a better AC than the scale mail.
Yeah.
But it depends on what resistances are on it, because my chainmail is
There's
not.
no resistance on it.
That's-
It's just straight scale mail.
Oh.
He was
Okay, so
asking
this-
for a druid-based reason.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was
because you
mainly-
said it was dragon scale, so I didn't know if it had some special.
No, it's just going to be the
resistances.
colors to it. No resistance to it at all.
Yeah, it's dragon scale mail without the resistance.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Irony would be if it's white. What's the scale off the dragon we just killed?
6, 7, 8.
It could just be a mismatch of enough to give it dragon scale mail, but not for
Resistance.
yes.
But since this is a +1, it's going to be an AC of 15.
Base AC of 15.
Well, it's a base. If it's scale mail, its base AC is 14. But if it's a +1, then
Then it's a bonus of it starts at 15.
So give me a D10 roll.
Gotcha.
Look at you.
Straight 10.
Okay.
Is it?
It is. It's white.
So you get 2 to your dex added on.
This would basically be the same as my hide armor at this point.
17.
But I'm just checking.
Actually, give it another bonus. It's a +2.
+2. Okay.
Okay. So this is a lovely dragon armor, scale mail, +2. Base AC is 16, plus whatever dex you have. Anybody?
I would like that.
No good for me.
Okay. There you go. And
Gail,
I would
you-
like a horn of blasting.
I think that the scale mail, though, I think you can only go 2 max on your dex, right?
Right.
So
Yeah,
16
so when-
plus 2 plus 2, so it'd be up to 20 max.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, depending on if you had a shield.
Well, that's what
Well,
I mean.
this-
With just the armor, you'd have a 20.
Well,
No, the
if-
scale mail is 16.
yeah, it's 16 by itself with the +2 already.
Oh, that's
So-
already including the plus 2.
Yes, so that's why I was looking at.
So
it.
18.
Yeah, but it adds-
Never mind.
It adds 2 to my dex, though, right?
No, it doesn't add to your dex.
No, it doesn't
No, you
add
get-
anything.
oh.
It allows you to use your dex.
From your dex. So it could be a max of 18 without a shield. So with a shield, you can get up to 20.
Yes.
but that just depends on what your dex is.
Yeah, if you have a dex of at least 14.
Yeah, I mean,
But if you don't have any dex, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, because I say my dex is 12.
so
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 you have
you would
a
have a
+1.
17.
16.
16.
I thought 12 is a plus 1.
Yeah, 12 is a
12
+1.
is a +1.
Oh. Yeah, so 17 AC. With that on.
Well, that's better than what I got, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be helpful.
and I won't be wearing it then.
Because you're, what, 18 with your hide?
Yep. But let's see. You still have disadvantage on stealth checks even with the scale mail.
Oh, yeah, I know. Pretty much everything I wear is going to give me disadvantage on
So
stealth.
yeah, you'll get max. So you'll have 16, 17 AC with that, and
Horn
cold
of blasting.
resistance.
no, ain't no resistance for the armor.
No resistance on the armor. It's just white dragon scale mail with no resistance.
Right.
So yeah, you won't have the cold resistance then.
Rock, would you like to use the stone
It.
so you have an extra spell slot?
Let's just say it.
Yes.
No, I said it was made from dragon scale.
Or you could give it to someone that doesn't cast spells, so they have a spell to use if needed, like Fireball.
None of us cast Fireball. I
What?
got a
He
wand.
uses a wand
I have
to
a
cast
wand.
fireball.
Can you cast a wand into it though? It says a spell
Nope.
cast into it. It doesn't say it could come from a wand, right?
So it has to use a spell slot. You use
Yeah.
up a spell slot to put the spell in there. It tells you about the slot. So
To what level of spell?
Third.
All right, so somebody could put a Revivify. Let me look through my third
So you
level
could have
spells.
3 first level spells, 1
Yeah.
second, 1 first, or 1 third. Or infinite number of cantrips. So you could just
Nope.
like cast an Eldritch Blast over and over.
it has to use a slot. So you
I'm
can use
joking.
It currently, with your has a first level spell stored in it already.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Would I know what spell's in there?
Give me a moment and I will tell you.
All right. And who wants the Horn of Blasting?
Well, if I'm going to give the Iron Stone to Ducks, then I want the Horn of Blasting. Although it's very dangerous, this Horn of Blasting.
It
Yes.
can go off on you.
Yeah.
It's
It might be
20%
better to give
chance.
to someone who can take damage.
So I'm inclined
Cough,
to give
cough.
the Horn to Ducks because I want the Iron Stone.
Yeah.
As the fashion statement is for the extra spells. But yeah, it takes care of the fact that I'm a spellcaster, but I only get 3 slots.
Just have this orb circling around your head all the time.
Yeah. Yep. I can't explain it, but
Was it like a bug or something that won't go away?
Yeah. that was,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, ever since I've been off the beach, got this bug that won't leave me alone.
That annoying fly that just buzzes by your ear. Zzz.
All right, so currently it seems the spell that's in it is Fairy Fire.
Oh, okay. It's got fairy fire in it.
Yeah, I can recognize that spell. It's very useful. You can spell cast it onto enemies, and if they fail their save, everyone gets advantage on them for attacking them because they are lit up like a Christmas tree. If you want, depending on anyone here, we can cast 2 more first levels or a second level spell into it if it's got a first level spell. Looking at it, we can fill it up or leave it be as it is right now. But it takes us casting the spell into it. We can't simply just put the spell into it.
Fine, put return fire into it.
Yeah.
Do you want to put a healing word in, or not healing word, but a cure
want it.
wounds into it?
Yeah, I can
Cure
put a cure
Wounds?
wounds into it if you want. It would be my effect of the cure wounds since I put it into it though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want me to, I can. Or I can
Okay.
simply put a good berry and that'd be 10 points total right then and there. If you wanted.
I can put it in. You can put it in. I don't care. I was just looking at my spell list.
My cure wounds is going to be a D8 plus 6 that's going to put it in there. So it's a max of 14 men of 7.
Marcus can't put a spell in there unless he casts a clerical spell.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, warlock spells are max level.
Yeah, so you'd be putting a 4th level spell?
No.
3rd, 4th level?
unless he casts
Third
cleric spells. Any warlock spell he goes to cast in it will be cast at its highest level.
It'd be a 5th level slot. It only has 3 slots.
Yeah, but
I
he's
mean, I could put bless in there or something if you want.
all right. So, also you find gold, silver, and copper. I'll give you those numbers in just a second. But there's a good sized mound of it.
Yeah, just message them to me. But yeah, no. What level spell is bless?
Bless
Uh,
is a level 1.
Yeah.
I mean, you said it, 3 level 1s or 1
Three,
level 2?
yeah, 3 level 1s or a level 2 or a level 3 or vice versa.
I think it'd be cool to have fairy fire and then healing word and then bless.
Do you want healing word or cure wounds?
I like
Whoever's
healing
going to be
word.
carrying.
Whichever one you don't have to touch someone for.
Okay,
Healing
yeah, I
word.
can. Let me see the stone real quick. Do you want it first level or second level? Healing word.
Well, if we're going to use bless as well, it would have to be first because fairy fire is already in there.
Just checking.
Yeah.
I'll expend a first level spell slot, and I will put healing word into it, and that's a D4 plus 6 healing word.
6. Wow.
Why is your +6?
My wisdom. Eyes wise.
Oh, that's right.
I got a tattoo. So
That's right.
I'll hold on to these 2 emerald cups, and we can get them appraised to see how much they're worth.
I thought Dan said there'd be more than the 1,500. that's required.
The spell is 2,000.
Oh, the spell's 2,000. Okay.
Yeah, I got it put in there as that's what I did when I was getting all that done. I had 4 stones that were worth 500 each put in, if I remember correctly.
Always makes me nervous when you start rolling dice like this, Dan.
Coinage, I believe.
I hope he's doing that, yeah, for the money.
So I'll split this up amongst us all.
You're all
Once
cursed for this many days.
No, I'm getting damage for the dexterity saving throw I got to do for you guys here in a second.
Oh, perfect.
That's fine. That's fine.
Actually,
As long as it's a dex
actually,
save.
yeah, it's not.
Danger
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck.
Oh, I'm good.
It's an Arcana check.
So,
I mean,
let's see. Let's go ahead and send this to you.
So we got 3,800 platinum and 2,700 gold.
yeah, I'll do the math and split it amongst us all. So, let's see. That can't store any cantrips, but you do have that D4 plus. Who's carrying the stone?
Rock.
Rock. Okay.
He's got a fly buzzing around his head.
Okay. Just make sure you got that.
Right, and don't forget the tall, horned one with that other
Bless.
spell that she had mentioned.
Less would be good. Yes.
If they choose to put it in there.
Yep, I'll go ahead and cast Bless into the
Okay.
stone.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Into the air.
Now, mind you, there is an issue.
What?
With those numbers I just sent you.
Mm-hmm.
Weight.
Yes. Yep. It's going to be split, so it'll weigh a lot less once it's split amongst all of us.
I'm just saying, I'm just reminding you of that.
Yep.
We got that.
Yeah, because we have multiple bags, a haversack, and then our carrying capacity on ourselves as well. But I will double check all of that.
Well, let's see. Let's do a little bit of math,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you the weight. You guys go ahead. I can do the math.
Yep, send me the weights for each.
So are we just gonna
please.
leave then and go back out to the guy and see if he's still alive?
He may be dead, but I can always just, grab a chunk of him and reincarnate him later.
The chunks. Is he always like this?
Well, I just need a piece of him.
Well, I mean, like, did
and
anybody find another way out of here?
Well, there is a cave back there, but that's, from what I'm gathering, is the way we'd have came in if we went through the arena. If we took
Oh,
the under.
Okay.
I'll go over there and I go, hey, map, where does this cave lead to?
Destination unknown.
I know the sooner that I get some fresh air in my lungs for the first time in evidently over 1,000 years, it would be much welcome.
Now, with all the investigation and walking around with this, did we eat up at least a few of those 6 hours we need?
Gotcha. Okay. I was just about to adjust use encumbrance on coinage.
Okay, so how much coinage did we get?
There was a good
Yeah.
mound of it there.
Yep, I'm going to do the math real quick. We have enough carrying capacity for all of it because of all of the bags of holding, the haversack, but it's gonna have to be split up.
Marcus. So who,
Yes.
who took the Horn of Blasting?
I gave it to you.
Perfect. I thought I'd taken it. I just want to make sure.
Bless you.
That's going to be fun.
Yep.
Unless it explodes on you, then it's less fun.
Yeah, it's like I have a dragon breath now, kind of.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow. It's called
And if
bear
I'm
breath.
close enough to an enemy when it explodes, then they'll take damage too.
All right.
I don't know why I picture the way you're going to use it. Is it going to be like this? It's going to be like.
You'll never know. I'll be a shadow.
All right. So what are y'all doing? Oh, and like I said, it's all dug out around here. A lot larger than what you're seeing. And you'll notice that it was dug out from above.
Oh, is it open up top then?
No, you just see that it goes up above whatever used to be a room here, and snakes, I guess best way to use it, snakes into the mountain somewhere.
Well, I have no idea what's around us, so I don't know where this could go.
How big is the opening up above?
Probably big enough for an undead white dragon to slither through.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh,
So this was his hoard.
It would appear so, at least some of it. Okay, so
All right, so making our way back out of here to go.
All right.
Back out of the cave.
I jump on Goaty.
Now, as they're coming out of the cave, you notice in this cave, Belfi,
Well,
as they're walking through the cave, you notice a lot of dead kobolds. About 30, give or take.
So, is everybody ready for some numbers?
yes.
is there
Everyone?
a
you-
spot for this on the D&D Beyond?
I mean,
Yeah, go to currency, go to equipment, and then on the right, click on the little gold thing, and it'll pop up and let you add currency.
Yes.
Ah, thank you.
So, the gold for every person is going to weigh 126.64 pounds each.
How many,
Person.
how many gold pieces is
That's
that?
how much the gold's going to weigh. And then the platinum's going to weigh 90 pounds each.
How many
Okay.
pieces of gold? is
But
that?
everyone's going to get 6,332 pieces of gold. And then everyone's going to get, all right, 6,332 gold.
Okay, and then platinum.
4,500 platinum each. And that weighs 90. But we can put that into a bag of holding. Just keep your numbers in your head of how much you have, and we'll split it into the bags of holding to make it work.
Right, so I basically never have to do anything else my entire life.
Unless you want tattoos, they're really expensive.
Tattoos of what?
Like this, and I show her my tattoos that give me bonuses on all my attacks.
Oh.
And I'll point at the one on my back that you can kind of make out on around the
I
armor.
think Sarge is missing one of his.
Yeah, he's got the rank as his tattoo. Oh no, you used one, so he only has one rank.
When did I use it?
When you weren't here.
When the kobold.
But did it go through? Because I can't remember if it worked or not because of everything that was going on at the time.
Oh, we tried to use it, but then we couldn't use it because of something else that was happening.
Okay.
Right.
So yeah,
So
he has
we're
those
still-
insignias on his arms.
Yeah, I didn't mark them off yet.
So
Wait, they go
yeah,
away.
Some do.
Not mine.
depending on what tattoo you get, they can go away if you use them. The one I have right here won't.
All right, so what's everybody doing?
Being confused and sitting on a goat.
Yeah, we're gonna go down to the village below and see if that guy survived a few hours while we've been up here.
Okay.
The legless guy.
So
What's it like outside?
it's
Jim?
cold. It's very cold.
Is it bright? Is it sunny? Is it?
Oh,
Yeah, it's
I give
clear
her my
sky, but
extra
it's
coat.
extremely cold.
I give her my extra coat.
Thank you.
Because I made my own cold weather gear, but Surge also gave me cold weather gear.
And I have more cold weather gear.
So you're pretty much cold weather geared.
This is much appreciated.
And
I'm
there
covering my
is-
eyes because the sun's very
Well,
intense
not to
me.
mention, it's bright from below too, because there is powder of snow on the ground.
I'm glad I'm sitting on a goat.
He's a good goat.
So as you make your way back towards what's left of a village, you'll notice as you're getting closer, some smoke in the air. The buildings are all crushed. Give me
Good luck,
a perception check, Sergeant Rock. Because you're so good at those.
Well, it's not a penalty. And sometimes I roll well. Look.
Yep, you see what look like a couple wolves dart off in the distance on the other side of town.
Oh. I shoot at him to scare him off.
Well,
But yeah, I think
it's just Eldritch Blast, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it doesn't
Or it wouldn't
actually
be
make
weird to
any
me. Okay,
noise.
just making sure.
It still
All right.
makes the noise.
Yeah, but it's not like a loud gunshot noise.
It's an Eldritch Blast noise.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I mean,
Whatever
though.
that
And
is.
even when the soldiers came for you, the noise wasn't a bang bang. It was more of a doof, doof.
Right, but I'm familiar with magic, so I wouldn't.
Yes, you're familiar with magic.
I wouldn't jump at this. Okay.
So yeah,
right,
you
well-
fire off in their direction. You notice about 4 or 5 of them take off running.
Well, Rock takes off running to get to the house, knowing what he's going to find. But he's going to go there.
Maybe.
You look inside.
Wolves have been here.
Yes, the wolves have been there.
Is Legless gone?
Oh no, his body's still there.
Yeah, but he ain't alive no more.
He's
We lost Legless.
Throat's been ripped out.
Throat's been ripped out. His stomach's been ripped open. His cheeks and eyes are gone.
Well, that's a shame.
They were chewing on him for a good bit.
Yeah.
May I? You want to talk to this fella?
Wait, what?
All right.
He can talk to the dead.
I'll tap on his shoulder. Hey,
I
buddy.
can reincarnate the dead.
Sorry we left you here, but I figured wolves are better than dragon.
No.
Would you like us to bring you back to life?
You might not come back as a human.
Yeah, well, he already knows that.
Oh, yeah, that's
He
true.
responds.
I told him.
Responds with no.
They just want us. They did, even though we just brought your girl back.
Guidance.
Are you going to pick a chunk out of this one too?
No, we'll
Do
take
you
the whole
care
body.
to phrase that in a
Minus the legs,
question
since
for
they're
me,
gone.
Brother May I?
You rather, so you would rather stay dead, even though we brought your girl back.
No.
Jeopardy.
No, you don't want to stay dead, or no, you don't want to be brought back.
That's an interesting way to phrase a question there for your third
Uh-huh.
question.
I'm sure he's doing that deliberately.
So,
That's very good.
roll me a deception.
Remember,
Whether
guidance.
I do what I want.
And I'll assist you if I can, because I'm there. It's like I told you I could bring you back.
I am horrified at all of this.
Yeah, because his jaw's like hanging loose. As he's...
But that doesn't bother me.
Plus the guidance.
Mentally dead in my day.
That's what 1d4, right?
1d4.
Some by my own blade, but
So 15.
fair amount by my own blade.
Seeing as how he's dead and he just left his girl, I guess he'll say that he believes you.
Okay.
So, no, if she's alive, he wants to be alive.
Okay. Oh,
But since she's dead and
Fuck.
he's dead, he'd like to stay dead.
She's just a head, right?
Oh no, she's splattered. The entire house went.
Punk.
No, I mean, didn't you take her head before?
No, I just took a piece of her.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she was splattered on the ground, and I reached over and grabbed a chunk of her.
He labeled it 79 cents a pound and stuck it in his pocket.
Basically,
I'm gonna pull some
skin or hair off of him and hand it to Serge.
I
Here you
think
go.
we're choking.
I only need a piece. I only
I
need a
thought we
piece.
were against liches. What's
And the wolf.
happening?
Well,
Yep.
when I bring them back, they'll be alive. They might not be themselves,
But-
human-wise or elf-wise.
Will they have their minds?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, they'll know who they
yeah.
were.
I already did this.
What if they come back as things that cannot be together?
Like a
It's
giant
worth finding out.
kobold.
Love conquers all.
Does it though?
Well, the thing is
Does the
I
term
can
wishbone mean anything to you?
no.
A what?
Never mind.
The thing is I can cast this 3 times a day, but it's going to take 3 hours.
Ah,
We have tents.
So it's going to be
I could
like
just
camping.
see the trauma that these two people are going to have to deal with. Oh, you're not the right race. Okay, let's try it again.
Look at that, like, oh my.
I mean, it's like, oh, you don't like how it happened? Eldritch Blast.
Be fun. We'll bring it back.
It's like, give me an hour.
Oh no.
So I'm going to slit your throat now that I've brought you back to life and you don't like what you are. So
yeah.
I
Have
mean,
you guys,
that's your
have you
option.
guys seen
You're
Live Die Repeat?
creating.
yes.
You guys are creating the next BBEG.
Yes.
I just want you to know that
Reset.
out of character.
Reset.
Yep, reset.
I've already done this once. This human came back as a hobgoblin.
He was fine with it though.
Well, that's because he could go someplace that it was okay.
Yeah.
The druids grow.
It's like,
He was not planning to return to that city ever.
There's the frost giant and squirrel. Have a good life. No.
well, they're going to be races that we can play. So they're
Really?
gonna be
Because you rolled a little bit
between
ago a
humanoid-
fish for somebody.
Well, it's a Lokatha, so they're like a
Okay,
fish.
Fish and frost giant. Whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. A kobold. And a
yeah, they
frost
can
giant.
be kobolds. They can be goblins.
They can be Goliaths.
Yeah, they can be.
Could actually be a giant, but a kobold and a Goliath would be a good combo.
They can be an Aarakocra, Asmar, Bugbear, Centaur, Changeling, Dragonborn, Dwarf,
Well,
Elf, Tiefling,
Or can
Furbolg, Genasi, Gith, Gnome, Goblin,
or a
Goliath,
Kenku
Halfling,
that
half-elf.
doesn't know how to communicate with each other.
Yeah, half-orc, hobgoblin, human, Kalishtar, Kenku, like that. Kobold, Leonin, Lizardfolk, Lokatha, Luxodon,
Let's just
Minotaur,
do it. Let's
Orc.
bring him back.
A different type of orc, a satyr, shifter, simic hybrid, which would be interesting.
Now I'm
Tabaxi,
really nervous.
different type
So
of tiefling.
as you're discussing
Total
this,
Triton,
Serge
but-
literally has a list in his hands of all the different races he could bring them back as, and he's reading them off to you.
They could come back as a Warforged. They could be a fucking robot.
Oh, that would be pretty
Do it.
cool.
Or
Yeah.
Yanti Pureblood.
With attachments. Let's. We don't want to stay here.
Just around us. Can I go back away a decent distance from these wackadoos?
Most of the buildings in this area are completely collapsed, as if something very large landed on it. And you're
Right,
pretty
but I
certain-
can back away from him
You
still.
can-
I don't have
Well,
to.
you can back out of what's left of this building that they're standing in.
Well, here's the
Not
deal.
with the wolves.
Oh no.
We can cast Revivify, but that spell only works if they haven't been dead very long.
Great, revivify the one, but
He's been dead too long, though.
the
We
wolf is
revivified him. He
left.
wouldn't have legs. He's better off coming back after reincarnation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this spell I can do if they've been dead no longer than 10 days.
But it may have been a mistake to have left the complex, because down here there's no place to stay, and the wolves might come back and bother us. But if we stay up in the complex for a long rest, it's probably safe because nobody screws with a place where a white dragon led.
And here's what I'm thinking. I can get us somewhere, but I'm going to have to use both of my spell slots to revive them.
Okay.
Or we can take part of them.
Or we could just let them be. Maybe they're tired.
See, they said they want to come back, though, so.
Did he?
Yes.
Kind
We'll
of
bring her back first, and then we'll bring him back.
Yeah, kind of tricked him into it, but it'll still be legit in the end. But it is just a couple of random villagers that we happen to find that, you know,
I mean,
normally-
I have a chunk of Turd Bucket, too. Or some hair from Turd Bucket. We could
So,
always bring
for-
Turd Bucket
For
back.
those who don't know, Turd Bucket's the name of the goblin that was found dead in the place. with the
Yeah.
pans and stuff all over him.
And I mean, do we want to bring the mouse folk back as well?
No.
Because
No one
that's going
shall
to take a
die
couple
on our
days.
watch.
Because, you know,
Does that really work? Because technically, they already have died on your watch. No one's going
Has
to die
anyone
on my
here
watch. No one's going to stay dead on
I'm
your
not gonna
watch.
die twice, damn it.
Yes.
Or
Well-
3 times. It just depends how many times they have to die to get back to what we want it to be.
yeah, it's completely.
Do we need a spy? Why don't we get like some like shifter and we can just send them in as a spy, right?
That would be-
Changeling, I think, is what you're thinking.
Changeling, there we go.
I'm a shifter.
Changeling.
Like a certain
So,
Southern
yeah.
Belle, y'all know.
Yeah.
So what
So-
are we doing then?
What are y'all
We're
thinking?
doing this.
Well, I'm thinking the sun's getting low and we may want to
This
find camp.
sun's getting low, big fella.
Because we can do this here, or, you know, I don't know where the best place to do this is, because it's going to take an hour to cast this spell twice, or 2 hours to cast it twice. It's
So
an
how
hour
long would
casting
it
each
take us
time.
to get to the town?
I can't do that today. We
No,
already
I
mean,
flew today.
Just going, how long would it take us to get there?
The town?
4 days travel, at least on foot.
Travel.
Is there
Yeah.
anywhere else to stay but that damn place we just came from?
Well,
Are
you
there
know,
any
Uh,
unsmashed towns?
but there was barracks there. You know, we could probably come up with some bedding out of the
We
barracks.
might be comfortable there, but that's where I basically feel like I died.
You died on the other side, the east half of the complex. We're going to the west half of the complex, and it's barracks.
What does barracks mean? Like a resting place for soldiers?
Yes, yes.
So I should sleep in the same bed as those who tortured me?
Now, they died years ago.
Out here and wait for the wolves to come.
And it's warmer in there.
So, yeah, looking at the map, we are, like, right here-ish somewhere in this little cove, if I remember right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And as I've marked on the map, there's a tree here, there's a tree down yonder on this map, over here. There's a tree over here. So I can get us someplace if you'd rather stay somewhere else, but we're trying to head here.
And that's if you can
That's
find
where
a
we're
tree
going.
that's big enough in the area to use.
Yes.
And like out of character, I really have no sway with you guys. I haven't earned that yet. I'm just complaining about stuff because it's creepy to me to go back to the place where I just came out of after being frozen for 1,000 plus
Nothing's
years.
more creepy than
Yeah.
the trophy collector here.
True.
Well, it's not trophies. I'm planning on bringing them back.
As far as
So
I know,
you-
you have brought.
So you say. I'm gonna take a chunk of
I've
this
only
guy.
had these pieces
Take
for
a
a couple
chunk
of
of
hours.
this guy. We'll take a chunk of that.
He's got a necklace with a bunch of ears on
Nope.
it.
This
That
is
was
very
actually
interesting.
inside the facility around the neck of the big strong guy. He was wearing one.
Okay.
But they've been so
Ah.
rotted you can't tell they were elf ears.
But we have another 250 to 300 miles till we get to town.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Yeah, from
Miles
here to
go
there,
before we
roughly.
sleep. Miles to go before
It
we
makes sense to stay here then because we can be safer here.
Yeah.
It would be nice if someone had Teneman's tiny hunt.
What's that spell?
Hunt?
Hut.
Hut.
But that's not what you said.
I know. That's because I hiccuped as I said it.
So yeah, we can sleep here, and then I can windwalk us to Consti,
Let's do that.
and then we can reincarnate him there.
You should cast some spells into the little rock floating around Rock's head before we do, though.
Well, I've
We
already
did.
done.
That-
I've done healing word. I don't know if bless was done.
Bless was done.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's,
thought we just talked
Yeah.
about it. I didn't know you guys actually cast at it.
Yeah, I cast it into it. That's why I had him hand it to me. But
But
yeah,
we don't have a bard or wizard for that spell, so
so yeah, with Consti, I don't know what it's going to be like when we get there, but it'd be a better town for them than a destroyed town in the middle of nowhere.
but if we go back to a tree, we have to do that entire trek back over.
Well, the thing is I have my staff and I can plant it and it'll make a tree that's big enough for me to go through, but you know,
But you want to wait?
Staff.
I'd rather not leave it behind.
So I My vote is cave. That's my vote.
That's my vote also. I mean,
Wait, we want
originally
to go
I
back
was
and
going
sleep
to.
where all the dead kobolds are?
Originally I was going to fly him to Consti on Fred, but you know that didn't happen. So I think in Consti is where he should be whatevered.
Yeah, because that's a long ways away. Even by horse, that's 300-ish miles away. Still.
Yeah, I'm with staying in the cave.
So I say we rest tonight, and then tomorrow we make our way to the town, set up shop, and then if we're gonna res, we'll do that there. That's my thought on this.
I support that. By cave, you're talking about the complex we just left.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, the barracks. I like the idea of the barracks.
Because there's the barracks and anywhere in there, yeah.
The mattresses, did they look nice when we were investigating that area?
They just look aged. There was no blood or dead bodies or nothing like that on them. They just look like they've been there for a while.
Right? They've only been exposed to elements for like a month, right?
Yeah, about a month. So they're not gonna be that bad.
Yeah, let's go sleep on a mattress.
Yeah.
Any bed bugs?
He prestidigitated them. We're good to go.
All right.
Is there any way to lock the doors once we're in here?
Not that you can see. Actually, no.
What kind of doors?
These doors were hinged doors because they're for barracks, not for like secure locations. So, yeah, you can.
Okay.
Well, Sergeant Rock will tell you how to lock them.
Okay.
You push this here and you turn that, and it's locked.
All right.
Okay.
So is anybody taking watch, or are we just going to try to rest? I mean, you still have a couple hours left to wake before you're able to rest, since, you know.
I'll get everything situated on my own, working on setting up the spells for when we get to Consti, is what I'm going to be doing if we want to sit here and wait.
I'm going to take Fred up for a fly around to see if anything's near us that's going to harm us.
All right, so go ahead and give me a perception check.
Everyone gather up while we're here.
You don't have it.
You already had one, but just in case we're all hungry,
I don't think
I'm
you
gonna
have
hand out
advantage
good
on
berries.
that.
I do with my
She's got
goggles.
her
You got your
eyes
goggles,
of my night
that's right.
seeing or whatever.
I
Eagle
forgot about
eyes.
those. All right, so I mean, you see a band of goblins off in the distance, maybe, but nothing anywhere near the. I mean, you do see the pack of wolves that are scouting around through the trees, not too far from the little village you left.
And where are the goblins at?
Goblins are further down the mountain, like it's like you said, you're flying around, so they're a couple miles off.
Okay, so they wouldn't be able to get to us.
They don't even know you're
causes-
there.
Okay, cool.
And there was a big nasty dragon here, so I'm sure no one would want to come too close.
I mean, they don't look like the same goblins that were here
No, these are kobolds.
with the body. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah, these are kobolds. Those are goblins.
sorry, got them mixed up.
While Serge is getting his stuff ready, I'm going to go sit down next to you. And so that drink you gave me,
Yeah.
supposed to cause visions or not so much?
It's possible. It may or may not have caused a couple when some of us drank from it. It is, like I said, I got it from a cursed tabaxi who was well
cursed.
over.
Was
Well-
not something you said before.
The tabaxi themselves was cursed by an ancient blue dragon who they had upset. And they were more of a trickster in and of themselves. And when they had brewed it, they had,
I just don't know
put
if I should
some little.
believe what I saw.
Well, do you know much about druids?
I know a bit. I don't have any in my family or anything like that.
So druids can normally only transform into beasts, but because of the tabaxi who is actually transformed into a Mousefolk in and of themselves, because they had upset the dragon somehow, they were real happy to have some friends come by and entertain them for a while. So they had handed over the drink as a thank you before being turned to ash when we found out they were actually tabaxi and curing their ailness with the dragon. So I gained the ability from that little trickster to be able to transform into a couple other creatures other than beasts in and of themselves. So I have a few forms that I've had what's the word? I have been gifted a few forms, I guess I should say. The wolf you saw, it was not a normal wolf.
It's quite large.
Some people consider them to be more monstrosities in all actuality instead of beasts. And I have had the fortune of been given a few forms. Owlbears as well. Those monsters, I can turn to one of those.
When you turn to those large creatures, you do have handle on your mental capabilities, right? You're not going to try and eat me. I'm quite small compared to.
Yes, I can maintain my own mental cognitive.
Good.
I am a Circle of the Moon druid, so I
That
have
means
more
nothing.
ability to transform into more beasts than some other circles, where they maintain only a small portion. I have a much wider variety.
I saw some visions, and I was just wondering on the validity of them because that tall one over there, and I point to my eye, said something about a lich, and
Yes.
that one, and I point to Ducks, said that the lich could be the reason I was here, which would make sense to a vision I saw, and I just don't know if I can trust what I saw, or if I'm hearing things and then I had a dream about them.
There is a lot going on in this world, and I'm going to pull open my book, and I'm going to read from my notes about how back in Zur, we had seen the scientists and all that, and how the black mages are kind of part of the group, the scientists, and how they had brought Rock from his world when he had supposedly been killed or about to be killed, which somehow they were able to use time to bring someone from. And if what Rock had said is correct, apparently the year is 3945, which is roughly 2,000 years ago. Now, I have no idea when all of this went down in their world with, taking you and putting tests on you.
What you do know, though, is your current year of reckoning is 1875.
Yes. It's 1875 since we have knowledge. So it's a little difficult to figure things out.
What you're saying is everybody in your ragtag group here has gone through something very similar.
Yes, Dux did not see the visions in himself, but me, Rock, and May did have our own.
Yeah. Oh, you can trust him, darling. Now get up on the bed next to you, pull out the skull, and start talking to it.
Yeah, he's got the ability of a clerical warlock to talk to the dead. He can also revive them if they haven't been dead too long.
Mind you, there is a body in a village nearby who is waiting on 2 other questions.
That is a shame.
Be right back.
Yeah. But yes, it has been a very long time since whatever calamity happened did go on.
And your hope in going to fight this lich is to what? Put it back the way it was, or to just stop?
Well, he is currently kidnapping people and testing and
experiments.
I had a friend
for the last 1,000 years.
Or I guess I could say I have a friend. He is May-I's son, in fact, who when I was going through the Keepers, we went out on a mission and he vanished. And from what he told us is the Lich had approached him, or the servants of the Lich had approached him and they made him an offer and told him some things, which turned out maybe not to be completely true, or they twisted their words. And when we found him, he appeared to have been a vampire. Well, as things turned out, he was actually in one of these similar structures, another test subject, I would say, where they were apparently cloning, I think would be the right term, cloning him, and the vampire was a clone. So we managed to bring him back. And have you checked on your son and everyone else recently?
Oh, no, I guess I should do that, huh? Okay.
So
for the sake of just moving on, the viewers have seen stuff and everything. Can we just say, like, you gave me a history over this resting period that we have, and we exchanged some information on. I'll put stuff into the chat about my backstory that I would have shared with you guys.
In the process of telling you the description, you asked the question. He's been doing this for over 1,000 so years. No.
Yeah.
Some point in time before that time, he actually was locked away. Recently released, as one of the previous members of the group would have testified, and as well, that same previous member was abducted by said Lich off the boat. Remember?
Masked Man.
No, not Masked Man.
Or is it Veyor?
Veyor was the one whose father was the archaeologist who found.
Okay.
yeah, and
This is all Vayor's fault, huh?
my son had been gone for a year and a half or so before
Okay.
we found him down there as a test subject.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna put some stuff in notes that I would have shared with you guys, or not in notes, in the chat here, so that way you know what I would have told you.
Have you ever wind walked before?
When the what?
Wind walked?
No, I've seen it done. There was a interesting cloud formation that just went by and then got on the boat, and all of a sudden, just these bodies appeared where the cloud was. It was quite interesting.
It takes a minute. It's not all of a sudden.
Yeah, that is what we have been
As
doing
far
to
as I
travel.
saw, there was clouds, then people.
Yeah, that's how we've been traveling ever since on the map over here towards Barrymore. We've come up and around the mountain, and it's taken us 3 or 4 or
Are there
5
any halfling settlements that you've come across?
No settlements. It seems pretty barren.
Actually, Barrymore had several halflings.
There
There
were a
wasn't
lot of
a halfling
halflings
settlement.
in Barrymore, but they seem to
Oh,
be
right.
A
I'm
halfling settlement is very
like
different than
more.
halflings living in a town.
yes. We haven't seen
Did any of them? Did any of them have the twin blade name?
You're gonna make me go through my notes. How dare you?
I don't think
No.
any of them did.
Dan's shaking his head no. So is the other halfling. Well, I guess it was too much to hope, but worth asking, yeah?
Have I heard of the Twin Blade family?
I don't know. Roll me a history
I'm sorry?
check.
Let's roll a history check.
I will guide you, but I cannot help you because I have no clue.
If you do, no, I'm not going to whisper
Maybe.
anything. Never
Maybe.
mind.
Oh, 11.
No,
Yeah.
you can't recall a twin blade name.
But he wouldn't know. I wouldn't have to whisper him anything about the family, right? Because he just heard the name before.
No, he hasn't even heard the name.
Okay.
With that history roll, he hasn't even heard his father talk about him.
That's
either.
right.
Fair enough. Well,
And I was adopted, so.
brother?
Hmm.
All right.
I don't know if the archives back in the Narenthal will have any information on that name, but they might. No promises, but
Worth a check. I appreciate the info. Thank you.
All right, so I think somebody was talking about sending some messages.
Yes.
All right.
Called the wife. Hey, hun. We're just outside of Clorm. We'll be there tomorrow. How are you and the kids?
We are fine. your oldest did move, so possibly about to wake. Oh, and the ship is gone.
Hey,
Dragon ate it.
Rock, it's not happening. You don't have to tell Rock.
Wait a minute. You said dragon ate the boat? What dragon?
A turtle dragon ate the boat right in the bay. Oh, and the crew
Yeah.
was on board at the time, so they died as well. That happened earlier this morning. The town is still in. Well, I mean, I don't know how many more words she's got to put in there because I quit counting. But yeah, you hear she tells you the boat was eaten by a turtle dragon, and it happened this morning.
The turtle dragon came back.
I shot the shit out of that thing. It should have never come back.
Knew we should have killed it.
I knew it.
Eisenhower 2 is lost.
No, wait, I think we were lucky it went away. We were about to die.
Maybe so.
I will use my last third level to talk to my buddy Barrymore.
I can imagine how excited he is.
You get no response. You have no connection.
Oh,
Oh.
gotta pay your phone bill.
Could mean a couple of things.
He could be dead. He doesn't want to talk to me, or he's no longer on this run.
Or he could have some way to prevent your or your
Oh,
magic
yeah.
to go through to him.
Yeah.
True. All right. Well, boys, when we get back to Barrymore, we may want to buy a ship. Just throwing that
Wait.
out there.
What happened to the Ike?
Guess we got enough money. Or we can raise one again.
Well, what had happened was, you remember that turtle that we kind of pissed off?
The U-boat?
Yeah, that U-boat.
Starts the story with what had happened was.
He found the ship. He killed our crew in the boat. So
Wait, was the crew on the boat or was the boat just docked?
that little town didn't have a big enough dock for the boat, so we had to take rowboats in.
Yeah.
But the crew was staying on the boat to rest. And yeah. So that happened. My
Just
buddy
trying to
Barrymore isn't returning my call for some reason. So
I went straight to voicemail.
yeah.
Your buddy in Barrymore.
Yeah, remember the bar fight?
Oh yeah.
I've been kind of fucking with him at the middle of the night when he's trying to sleep.
Oh.
He's
No,
not
basically-
responding anymore?
Yeah, he's not responding. Basically-
What does that mean?
Either he's somehow blocked my communication,
Yeah.
or so he could be in the middle of a fight right now. But I didn't think they had fights this late at night. Or he could be dead. I've been slipping it to him that whoever that other gladiator was that was with him.
Nope.
That Inkel was going to kill him. So, who knows what happened there. But yeah. So we'll have to see when we get back to town. Too bad I didn't get his name.
Maybe he just made a tinfoil hat.
What is tinfoil?
Yeah, I do a minor illusion and show you what tinfoil looks like.
It's like a sheet
Show
of
you how-
clear metal, of course.
Yeah, flimsy metal.
Is it what you make armor out of where you're from? It looks similar to steel.
No, it's for food. You wrap your
Wrap
food
your
in
food
it.
in armor. I'm so
You eat tinfoil?
No, you wrap your food in it so that it stays fresh. It's kind of a new thing along with the
So
improved
why do
ice.
you wear it as a hat then? Do you eat your head?
Blocks some radio signals.
Radio signals.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll explain it to you sometime.
Sorry, I'm gonna have way too much fun with this whole aspect.
So what is Seymour doing?
I think he's practicing with his puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a Venus.
Well,
There's
show
a
up
Venus
for
flytrap in the pack behind on Sergeant Rock's back, just kind of looking around, and then you see it pick up a little bear, and the bear starts saying weird phrases, but nobody's told me what they put in it. So
that
Was
I-
it the bear? Wait, what was the puppet? It was a
there's
bear.
a bear.
Yeah.
So a living plant is much less weird to me than this tin foil.
Yes, it is.
I kill you.
I kill you, infidels.
Feed me.
No, the teddy bear is not a skeleton.
No, it's cute. And Rock or Seymour actually was a little above average on his charisma check for a little show. It's a dumb show, but it's not terrible.
I mean, I've literally looked at nothing for 1,000 years. I'm sure I'm enjoying it on some level.
I thought it
Oh,
was
and the
great.
plant is actually talking in the language of the people who took you.
Yes, it is.
I have no idea what he said, but it was great.
I mean, it's on the back of that one, so I guess that makes sense to me in some weird way.
Spit shines his helmet.
Yep.
I don't know why it didn't cast
Yeah.
guidance on itself, but
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yes, it did. Right. I should
Huh. Nah, but did it?
it did, just didn't work very well. All right, so
I'm going to gather myself in like a corner of the room because I don't want to sleep on these beds and just kind of stay to myself there after saying I put in chat what I would say. So
all right, so with the room, you're able to make at least some sort of bivouac kit, bedroll, that sort of thing. What's everybody else doing?
Rock's up all night. He just wanders the complex looking at new things and seeing what he can see.
I go to sleep. I'll take my long rest.
I'll take first watch.
All right, so Sergeant Rock and Surge can give me a perception on the first watch.
Me
Okay.
and Fred are cuddled up together.
I'll provide sound effects. Damn.
Rolled real low, way
All
below.
right, noted. Who's taking second?
I can take second.
And Sergeant Rock. Not that you really need Sergeant Rock.
Wow.
All right.
I'm gonna re-roll both of those.
that is consistency.
Well, I mean, 12's not bad,
That's my one.
But he
Yeah,
rolled
I
it.
know.
Yeah, so.
but it's an ability check, not an attack. So
There we go.
All right, so I'm gonna say about halfway through your shift. Are you staying in the room? Or yes? Are you walking the halls?
No. I'm gonna go out a little bit, maybe, but not too far out. I won't go past the end of the hall.
Okay, so you probably, with that perception, you probably hear what sounds like stones or something getting knocked around on the ground or falling down the side of the wall or something.
Like the hole that the dragon made?
No, it's coming out of the bigger opening further in.
Okay.
The main-
I'm, going,
It's like somebody kicked a stone and you hear it. Tick, 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 tick.
I'm gonna stealthily check it out.
Okay.
And I'll communicate with Rock via telepathy, let him know what I'm doing.
All right. As
Rock will put
you
it-
get to the opening, which of course is gone, it's because it was pulled loose and destroyed by the dragon. And of course, the smell of the dead dragon is really getting to you. On the other side, you're able to see what looks like a pack of wolves kind of being curious. And that's it.
Bad
They're
dog.
just out there at the entrance of the, kind of sniffing around, and one of them apparently hit a rock and it made it move.
I draw my oath bow.
So immediately a bonfire appears out of nowhere.
Yeah, they take off running.
Wait, I fire my oath bow first. So, and I get advantage, they don't know I'm there, right?
Well,
Yep.
go ahead.
18 to
You
hit
hit one.
for 20 piercing.
Mhm. It's dead.
Aha! I got one.
And
Do the rest
oh
run
yeah, the
away?
rest of them run off.
You shooting him with a hold up newspaper?
You and your bonfire. I only got one of them because of you.
I'm sure the killing one with an arrow had nothing to do with it.
Well, I could have gotten 2 shots off. I might have gotten another one if he hadn't done the bonfire first.
They're just wild animals. I think they don't have to be killed.
Well, I want to go skin it.
Go give me a survival check.
Are you gonna help me, Rock?
I suppose. Yeah. Yep. I'll give you guidance to boot. Here, I have a guidance.
NCO.
button.
Excellent.
know
So
how.
the two of you are going out towards the main entrance of the big cave. Gotcha.
I'm still stealthy. I got a 28 on my
Well,
stealth.
that's fine. I'm just thinking about the other entrance. That's all.
The one that the dragon made,
No, that's the
or the one in
that's
the
the
back.
one you guys are out.
Yeah, there is a cave entrance into this place. We don't know what might come out of the cave.
So your survival was what? 20.
17, and then guidance for 3, so 20 total.
You're able to skin it pretty good.
All right.
You have a
We'll
wolf
take the
pelt.
pelt and go back on watch.
All right. Who's taking next watch?
I got
I
third
will.
watch.
Oh, okay. You can take.
So the two
Yeah, I'll
of
take
you
it.
guys can give me a perception.
All right, Rock's all alert after the dog thing.
So it's corporal punishment, apparently. All right, so let's see. All right, got it. It seems that your night went uneventful. So, with that, you guys get a full night's rest in this steel cave.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You are all
Nice.
up a level.
Yay!
13th level.
Fun,
I
fun.
don't even know what I get.
That was the quickest leveling I've ever experienced.
Well, I mean, you came in at the point of a dragon kill and demon
help it,
kills
yeah.
and story progression. So there's a few little variables mixed in there. So
Neato.
It's not a complaint, just an observation there, Dan.
since you leveled, there will be no GUI reward roll for tonight. And we are going to end tonight's session with you waking up from your long rest, feeling, what's the word I'm looking for?
Refreshed. Ready for battle.
Refreshed. That's the word I was actually looking for. And for some reason, brain farted and couldn't think of it. So y'all are refreshed, ready for the new day. Even though it stinks to high heavens in here because of something rotting in a main corridor down the way, and we will pick up as you're waking up and starting the new day next week, same time. Don't forget for those who are with us tonight, tomorrow night around about the same time, 7:00, we'll have the group gets going through Barovia through the Curse of Strahd, and then we'll come back Friday for our GUI adventure, the Red Star Rising, and again Sunday at 7:00 to continue this encounter. Also on Thursday around about 9:30 we play. Well, 9:00 is when I get started. a group of us get together and play some Neverwinter until we get bored of that game and decide to try something else. So with that, thanks for joining us. Have a good night. Have a good week. Remember, we are all in this adventure together, so please be kind to one another. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Bye.
There.
Bye.
I